If y'all still with me, let me know. But I'm really about to go off, get off now. But I just didn't want to leave so abruptly. But my internet cut off. So this, enough it seems. So, like, I don't know why. Oh, now the internet wants to be back on. Wow. Okay. My picture, it was like my Wi-Fi just cut off. So I don't know if nobody's looking right now. Nobody's watching. I'm going to wait and see if anybody starts to come on. Some of y'all probably don't even realize. Oh, wait a minute. Unless you restart. Stop streaming. I said it's going to end soon. There goes Zuina. So you're in here, but I'm on Capricorn moon again. So it says reconnection successful. Now it says YouTube is not receiving enough video. So my Wi-Fi is back on, but now I'm getting an error message where it's saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Is it choppy? So it's going in and out? My Wi-Fi cut off as soon as I uploaded my picture. I was like, damn. I guess the lawyer said, don't be vain, child. But yeah, do I sound choppy? Because I'm still getting this error message, but my internet should be strong. Okay, it says no data. YouTube is not currently receiving data for this stream. So it's not on no data anymore. It's on poor. I don't know, but I'm not going to be on here much longer. Stream setting. Okay, it's good, Latikia. Okay, it's good now. Wait a minute, you're saying it's live, but it's saying this video came out a month ago. That's raggedy. I better monetize this just in case I stay on for a little bit longer. And if I happen to be good where I'm not really saying any, vulgarity, maybe I can earn $5. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, I was just talking about Sagittarius having that look. Some people hate it. Some people love it. Okay, now it's saying excellent condition. Now we're back in business. It's 3:54 where I'm at. It's almost 4 a.m. And I really feel good that people are still hanging with me. Because I know on the East Coast, what is it, 5:54 a.m.? I can't wait to go to that restaurant tonight. So again, I asked a couple of people. I was thinking about, my daughter wants to take me to a restaurant for dinner. So I never been to Black Angus, that steakhouse, and I wanted to know, should I go there? Will I, be happy? And Scorpio Forever said, yeah, they're real good. Has anybody else ate at Black Angus and can verify that, can vouch for that? Undercover Astrology said you woke up to the live stream. So yeah, it's morning time where you're at. I mean, it's morning time here, but I don't consider it to be morning until I see that sun coming up. Hey, Tanya, what's up? It's 4:54 Central. My head is pounding too. That means it is about time for me to get off. But what was I saying? Let's just choose another celebrity real quick. So who else we got? We talked about Dionne Warwick with her smoked out self. Dave Brubeck. Isn't he one of those musicians or something? Jazz musician. Oh, Chadwick Boseman. Oh my God, I'm yawning. That's how you know I'm tired. Chadwick Boseman is a Sagittarius. I didn't even realize he was a Sagittarius. He has the same birthday as my son, November 29th. Did y'all know Chadwick Boseman was a Sag? John Galliano, that very flamboyant designer. Robert Hand, another astrology author. Actually, me and Robert Hand have the same birthday. Robert Hand, one of his books that he's most famous for is Planets in Transit. I have that book. Yup, me and him have the same birthday, December 5th. Who else we got? Don Johnson, remember him, Miami Vice? He was the one that made it okay for men, tough guys to wear pink. Remember that? He definitely looks like a Sagittarius, Don Johnson. The comedian Bill Hicks, some of y'all might know who that is. Bill Hicks was very much about telling the truth through comedy. And he's a Sag. He's no longer on this earth, though. He died. How did he die? Who else we got? Billy Colony. I forgot what he was in, but he's that UK guy with that proper accent. Uri Geller, that weirdo that knows how to bend spoons with his mind. Now, some people have said that he's, a fraud, like he was found out to be faking it. But I know Michael Jackson was a big fan of him. And Sagittarius is very much about mind over matter. Carrie Hilson, I don't like her. Matter of fact, let me pull up a picture of her. Why don't I like this girl? I know, and I swear she lightened her skin. I hope there's a picture of her, like a comparison. Oh yeah, she looks much different than what she used to look. When she first came out, wait till oh my God, she's changed. Hold on. Yeah, there's something about her that's real fake. And again, is she mixed? I did not want to download this. You know how there's just some people that you just don't like and you don't know why? And then if you were to meet that person, they would confirm why you don't like them. And I'm not hating. She's a pretty woman. She's beautiful. Something about her I don't like. I don't trust. And again, this is not the same Carrie Hilson that started out. The original Carrie Hilson had strong black features. Like I think Carrie Hilson is mixed, right? But she had a strong, I'm going to pull up an old picture of her just so y'all could see what I'm talking about. When she first came on the scene, she looked like this. Hold on. She's another one I think tries too hard. All right, here's a side-by-side comparison. Does that look like the same woman, really? Is she trying to be white or what? Unknown Billionaire said, my sister doesn't like Carrie Hilson either because she used to bully her as a kid. So your sister grew up with Carrie Hilson? So Carrie Hilson is she sure is. Damn, there's a lot of us. She said, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Bitch, please. Carrie definitely lightened her skin a little, but she seems pretentious. She does. She's not mixed? I thought she was. Is she from Canada or something? That nose job is banging. I ain't gonna lie. That's a nice nose job. But it definitely looked like she lightened her skin at the same time. So her parents own a daycare in Atlanta and she was bullying the kids? I said, is she from Canada? She's from Atlanta. That's how I know she really faking a funk. Girl, you from Atlanta and you trying to have that black Canadian look. Really? I'm not buying it. Know who else I never liked either? And she is a black Canadian. I know that much. What's her name? Melissa Ford. She's another one. Isn't she a Scorpio? She's another one I never really took a liking to. And again, it's something about both Melissa Ford and this Carrie Hilson that I find to be very fake. Like, these are women that I don't think I could ever be friends with because they just aren't down to earth and they're not cool ass chicks. Like, for you to be my friend, you got to be a cool ass chick. Like, you can't be walking around like who said that she was pretentious. I can see that pretentiousness. Who used to be in the videos back in the day? Oh yeah, Melissa Ford. She was a video vixen. And then she tried to act like she was on some higher level after a while. That didn't work out. Didn't she even have her own talk show for a very split second? Or she had something going on. And then she got into a car accident, but she probably, faked that shit too, just for some attention. No, I'm just playing. I know she got into a car accident. But yeah, she's another one that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And where it's like, I don't know exactly why. Tyra is another one. It's funny you said that, Open 642. Tyra has always rubbed me the wrong way too. And Tyra is a Sagittarius, but Tyra doesn't have that down home, laid back Sagittarius type of vibe that you expect from a Sagittarius. But Tyra is another one that I could never get down with. Like, I don't think I could be Tyra's friend. She's just too, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like she's authentic enough. I don't feel like she's real enough. Now, Nicki Minaj, I could be Nicki's friend. Because Nicki seemed like the real type of Sagittarius chick. I mean, me and her, we may not last long as friends because I'd be telling her about her dusty man. I'd be showing her in the chart and everything. She would get mad at me because you know how Sagittarius, we don't like being told shit, even if it's the truth, especially before we're ready. So yeah, me and Nicki Minaj friendship wouldn't last long, but I could tell Nicki is that real type of Sag chick where you can have a lot of fun with her on a good day, that is. She also has this moody thing with her, and that's dealing with that Virgo moon. Can't you see that moody Virgo moon in Nicki Minaj? Oh yeah, Chrissy Teigen, she's a Sag too. She's another one I can't get down with. Lauren London, she's a Sag. Yup. Lauren London, I remember her in ATL. She had a little dickness going on, which can be Sag. You could tell Lauren London, if she ain't careful, she could get fat. She one of them type of beauty queens where don't eat too many cake, cookies, and pies now. She got a few more years before she really start getting thick. She one of them Layla Rashawn type chicks. You know what I'm saying? You got some women that are so beautiful and stuff, gorgeous. All the men going after them when they're young. And then all it takes is one baby, or all it takes is for them to get past the age of 35 and boom, they start packing on the pounds. Lauren London is a Layla Rashawn type of beauty. You could tell. Gonna start getting big after a while. Who's another one that was like that? Started off all pretty and slim, and then, still got it going on, but, packed on pounds over the years, and it's like, woo, wow, you're not the same anymore. There's a few women out there like that, but I can't think offhand. Oh yeah, Beyonce definitely has an inner fat person. She got to work on it every day. That poor girl probably hasn't had a full meal in 10 years. And she be getting like you could tell when you look at Beyonce's abs that she's had a couple of lipo jobs. Cicely Tyson, yeah, she's a Sag too. She was married to Miles Davis at one point. Can't get much cooler than that, but Miles Davis was a straight up asshole. But there's a couple of other women too in Hollywood where they started off all slim and trim, and then just age got to them, and then they started to pack on the pounds. It's always a tinge of sadness with that. But at least you can go back into the years and say, damn, I had it going on back in the day. That's where I'm at right now in my life. Oh yeah, Nivea. Nivea's another one that blew up. She got, Nivea got downright fat. And you could tell she had the fat girl gene in her. You could just see it. Mariah Carey got the fat girl gene. She's actually put on pounds over the years. Of course, Janet Jackson has the fat girl gene. We've seen her get fat over the years. It's a shame what these women feel like they got to put themselves through just to stay thin, like when they're in the public eye. And then when the public eye is gone, that's when you see what their real body types are like, or what their genetics are really like. Then you got some bitches that just stay thin their whole life, like that bitch Halle Berry. Let me stop. Actually, I feel like Halle Berry has not aged well. Undercover Astrology said, ain't nothing wrong with some roles, right? Some men like those roles. Regina Hall, she got big? I think she did, didn't she? I think Sanaa Lathan, she has the ability to get big too if she's not careful. Then you got some men that are like that too. Remember D'Angelo? Remember D'Angelo with How Does It Feel? I got a 6-pack and I'm naked in this video, and I got the camera panning down to my pubic area, and then he turned fat. That's his Aquarius energy. Aquarians have the ability to turn out that way too. Meg Thee Stallion got fat already? Damn, she's still young. Oh, Tisha, I'm done, Dartmouth. You said explain Tisha Campbell's body. Tisha Campbell got one of them, refrigerator shapes. She's a little squared off. She don't have no hips. And I remember that Martin episode when he was like, if I could have gave you hips, Gina, I would have. I was like, yo, that was wrong. But yeah, Tisha Campbell, she didn't win out in the genetics department. She didn't have a neck, and she had that squarish type of body. Oh my God, Open 642 said nobody can explain Tisha. Damn. But she did have that muscle booty at the same time. Yeah, that was a weird ass shape. And then she should... No, you did talk about her head, my bills. She do got a big ass Ernie head. Ernie from Sesame Street is like wide and thick. But she's the type. Matter of fact, did y'all see her? Was she wearing that cat suit? Did y'all see the latest Soul Train Music Awards? And I think Tisha Campbell had on that cat suit. Or was it this time it was no, this time it was Pam. Tashina Arnold had on a cat suit. Both of them need to sit down. It's one thing to be a performer when you're up in age, but they both got post-menopausal. No, I'm not even going to say post-menopausal. They got pre-menopausal bodies at this point. And you don't have no business putting on a cat suit. I'm sorry. So on this recent one, Tashina Arnold had on the cat suit, but Tisha Campbell was more covered up. But yeah, Tashina got most definitely got a better body. But even when Tashina Arnold, is that her name? Am I getting it mixed up? When she turned to the side, man, it looked like she was pregnant with fibroids. I'm just saying. I'm like, come on now. Just because you're on stage, you don't have to wear something skin tight. Or she could have had on what Tisha Campbell had on. Like, Tisha was kept covered from head to toe, and she had the pea plume. How do you say that? You know, them pea plume tops, where it's like narrow up at the top and then it spreads out. Those are the one of the best tops to wear when you got a little fat around your waist, because it camouflages shit. See, I'm all about the camouflage because I was raised right. I was raised, you don't walk out the house with your muffin top just hanging all out, or with you just looking all extra sloppy. If you got to put on a girdle or some Spanx, or hell, if you just got to wear black all the time because you carry extra weight, that's what you do. Some women just look good with extra weight. I'm one of those women that don't. So when I'm dealing with those times in my life, and there's been times in my life where I put on weight and then I've taken off weight and I look cute and I'm all petite. There's been times like the smallest I ever was, I was wearing like a size 1, 2, like no lie. This is when I was like 21. And then, you know, kids will do it to you and stuff. I'm just one of those people, and I'm real short. So when I pack on the pounds, I start to look like an apple, and that's not cute. And my breasts get real big, and I'm not a fan. Like, having big breasts on a short female just looks like you're fat. Like, you just look like just some oompa loompa, and I'm not having it. But I'm losing weight, though. I would say I lost about 1 pound already, and I'm not even really trying hard. It's just that I really stopped with the snacking at night. I still eat 1 meal a day, but over the years, I started doing some snacking, and that made it easy to just pack on some pounds. But yeah, I wish I had these breasts when I was younger. Now ain't no dude trying to get with me, and I got these big old bosoms and shit. I don't have nobody to freaking play with them or nothing. I'm like, they just sitting here, just dead weight at this point, right? Shorty's got to watch the weight. I'm 5'2", so you already know. I'll never get fat, though. That's where I draw the line. So I'm not going to allow myself to get fat. But yeah. And the older I get, the bigger these breasts get. I have moon in the first house. So I'm starting to have that matronly look, which is not cool. Again, let you have those breasts. You put on a sweatshirt, you just look fat when you short like that. They just said, I have 0 titties. I wish I had more. Well, you can have mine. Then I'm at that premenopausal stage, so I wake up with like a stream of sweat running down in between my boobs. Every morning I wake up like that. Sweat, just beads of sweat just in between my breasts and shit. It's terrible. Yup, Undercover Astrology said my boobs got big at premenopausal. Yup, because they're like, you supposed to be grandma now. That's what your genetics be saying. That's what your hormones be saying. And again, ain't no man care about women that got big breasts when they're like over 40. They don't even look your way anymore. Let you be 25 with these same size breasts. They're all tripping over themselves. You be 45 with some big ass double D's. Actually, mine aren't that big. I wouldn't say they're double D's, but I'm pushing at a D at this point. I feel I'm definitely like a. Last time I got fitted for a bra, that lady said I was a 36C. I was like, stop playing. And she pulled out this big ass bra. I was like, that's not, they didn't even have cute colors in that size. I was like, I had to get this royal blue bra. I was like, come on now. It was embarrassing. I would say now I'm probably at like how does that work anyway? Is it the number that makes you big or the letter? So if she said I was a 36C, does that mean that you have like, they're big, like pointing out, or they're long? Like, how does that work? I'm not even sure. The good thing is my tatas, they have some nice, support. They hold up pretty well because I don't wear bras a lot. So, and I don't care. Sometimes I be in Circle K just with my tank top on. I have a shirt over it, but you could tell like I ain't having nothing really. But again, mine have held up over the years where they don't really sag like that. And when you stop wearing bras, your breasts are going to start to lift up more because it's going to strengthen that natural bra that you have inside. We all got a natural bra thing inside of our chest that help to keep our breasts up. But as we age, that bra, internal bra, starts to get weaker. But if you stop wearing bras all the time, your that internal bra will start to strengthen. Dr. Sabi was a Sagittarius. He looked like a Sag. Undercover Astrology said, I only like to wear fitted blouses and shirts. Food hits the first shelf, never the second. Wow, we got 45 people up in here. That's what's up. So yeah, Carrie Hilson, I'm not a big fan of. Does she even still make music? Yeah, I'm about to go because my head. Aaron Carter, remember him? He was screwed up too. Ridley Scott, who was he? John Kerry. John Kerry with his long horse face. Some Sagittarius will have horse faces. I got horse teeth, but I don't have a horse face. Dionne Warwick had those horse teeth and a horse face. There go Little Richard. Little Richard was born on December 5th, too. That's why I always thought he was so funny. Tyson Beckford is a Sag. He got those almond-shaped eyes that I be talking about. Sagittarius. He has that exotic look. Flip Wilson with his Geraldine impression. I think he was bisexual, too. There go Paula Patton, another December 5th. She was the one that married Robin Thicke. Chameleonaire with his wide-ass mouth. He's a Sag. Some Sages do have big-ass mouths. And he has that. Indigo, where you been? Indigo probably took a nap, took a shower, watched his dogs, got breakfast, all that. Came back, still alive. You missed the drama too, Indigo. Patrice O'Neill, somebody else said that. Michael Blackson, who's that? Is he the African? Thank you so much, Indigo. Who is Michael Blackson, the African comedian? He played in Friday. He was like getting jiggy with it. Oh, happy birthday to your mom. I know your mom is phenomenal because she's a Sagittarius born on the 5th. Damn, there's a lot of Sagittarius born on the 5th. Interesting. And it kind of makes sense because the number 5 is about multiples, replication, Gemini energy. But Chameleonaire, he got that exotic look. And again, not all exotics are beautiful. Let's look at Chameleonaire. Oh my God. Why is his mouth so wide? Yeah, he got them Sagittarius eyes too. All right, I'm about to pull up a picture of him. I'm trying to get a good one. I don't think I've heard a single one of his songs. There's some people I just don't give a chance to. I don't know. And then I'll find out years later, oh, they're actually a good artist. I'm trying to find a recent one. Okay, I see he has a beard now. He looks like he's a nice guy with that wide-ass mouth. But this is the best. Like, I'm trying to get a picture of him with the wide mouth. And something's going on with his lips in this picture, too. Almost like something's not right. He got Malik Yoba lips, if y'all know what I'm talking about. What is remember Malik Yoba? He played in New York Undercover, but he also was in Why Did I Get Married movies. I think he's another one that's gay. Remember Janet Jackson killed him in the second one? I was cracking up on that part. But why is his lips look like that? So when I show y'all this picture, Chameleonaire kind of got the same thing that Malik Yoba had going on with his lips, where something's not right. Thank you so much, Connect. Thank you. Thank you so much for the birthday super chat. That made my night. So there's Chameleonaire. So he's a Sagittarius. And again, he has that exotic look. But like I say, not all exoticals are beautiful. Okay. Opus 642. That big top lip, right? He needs some Carmex. He needs some Blistex. I don't know how closely y'all can see that, but it looks like if he smiled any wider, those lips would just start cracking. And again, I don't know what was wrong with Malik Yoba's lips. Like, why were they always crusty looking? Matter of fact, we're going to look at Malik Yoba. Because I don't think some of y'all remember. I'm going to even put lips. Actually, they look better now. But here's... Oh my God. He might have one of those... Can you have eczema on your lips? I think you can, right? And I shouldn't be laughing because some people really have issues. But can you get eczema on your lips? Is that possible? Oh, remember when he came out, Malik Yoba, and he was like, ain't nothing wrong with getting with a transgender. Or he said something like he was attracted to transgenders, but it doesn't mean he's gay or something like that. But yeah, please tell me what is going on with this man's mouth. I'm going to Google it too. Because I think somebody did ask this question before. What is wrong with Malik Yoba lips? The first thing that comes up is Society for Prevention of Ashy Lips. The utterly true and mostly, oh my God, stop. No, they didn't. It said this morning I was listening to the Tom Joyner morning show. I know some of y'all are familiar with that show. Oh, it's the Tom Joyner morning show. All right, a listener called in and asked Tom the following. Tom, why didn't you ask Tyler Perry if he had enough Vaseline for Malik Yoba's lips? So, Tyler Perry made this movie called Why Did I Get Married? He made part 1 and part 2. Malik Yoba starred in this film, and that's why this person's asking this question. So, this person goes on to say, somebody actually wrote a blog about Malik Yoba's lips. Man, that brought back memories. It always amazed me that Malik Yoba could be so careless with those things. How could he look in the mirror and not see that he was in reverse blackface? For that matter, how could the makeup people or producers not stop that travesty? Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe his lips weren't so bad. This afternoon, she got me crying over here. This afternoon, a rerun of New York Undercover proved me wrong. God. I remember reading an interview he did where he addressed the lip situation. His excuse. He said, I lick my lips a lot. Yeah, that does happen when people lick their lips a lot. And they tend to dry out. If that's truly the case, Then to paraphrase, the TGMS crew brother needs a Vaseline drip. No, I know why them lips are really like that, because he be going hard on the dick, on the D, rough riding it with his mouth. Like, damn. Wait a minute, who said fart? But yeah, like, if your head game is tight, right? If your head game is on point, like, you like making dudes brain ooze out their head by you giving them good, service on their other little head, then you might end up with lips looking like that. Because I'll be the first one to tell you that shit can be hard work after a while. I dealt with a guy that for some reason he had a hard time achieving an orgasm by getting head. This dude could not let loose off of some head. So he wanted me to just continue to do it all night long. And after a while, I was like, heads anonymous. I couldn't do it no more. My mouth was tired. My jaws were hurting. And my lips started cracking and bleeding. No, my lips weren't cracking and bleeding. But if I would have kept that shit up, maybe my lips would have turned out looking like Malik Yoba's and shit. And I wasn't trying to have to make that sacrifice for my lips just to bring some man pleasure. Now, some of y'all women, y'all love to go down on a man. But I learned over the years, sometimes it's too much work. It's not worth the trouble. And some guys get so spoiled where, again, if you do it so good, they don't even want to hit it no more. They don't even want the coochie. They just want you to go down. They just want you to slob their knob real quick. Some men are very lazy like that. I used to have a little jump off dude, a dude that, we was just having a sexual fling, and he tried to do me like that one time. This fool used to try to just come by and think we was going to get something going on in the car. And you can't do much in the car. He thought he was just going to get head every time he came by. He found out the wrong way. Oh, no, sonny. You think this is for my benefit? So, no, he was trying to get some free head out the deal without putting in work. And again, lazy ass men. Lazy ass men. So, yeah, I'm not for it. I mean, you really got to be a special dude for me to even want to put my mouth on you at this point in my life. Like, you got to be really extraordinary. Like, you got to look like that Kevin Lavroni that I showed y'all earlier. Maybe if you look like him, or maybe if you the RZA. Other than that, wait, now I think, did I do? I don't think my memory fails me, but, I'm going to have to jog my memory and see if I actually gave him that service. But, yeah, I can't do it. So women, y'all got to be careful. If y'all going to town a little bit too much on that dick, you might end up with those type of lips. And that is not a good look. There's no Carmex or whatever it's called, no Blistex, no chapstick is going to be able to cure that. You agree with me, Indigo? Like, that's a lot of work. I don't know. It's like, these men ain't even, it's like, I would have to turn into a prostitute straight up for me to even want to do that anymore. I'd be like, you're going to have to pay me, like, for real. And he would be looking at me, like, with his mouth wide open, like, did this chick really say? I'd be like, yes. How much are you going to pay me for my time and effort? Because that's what I'm used to now. Having a business has got me kind of spoiled. Now, any type of work that I put in, I expect to get paid at this point. So how much are we talking? Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. Can you remember? Ain't much worth sucking, right? But no, what's even worse is trying to suck one that doesn't get fully hard. I've tried that a couple of times. That is just, no, that's just disgraceful. For real, I'll turn into a prostitute real quick if I start getting if I get a boyfriend at this time in my life and he wants me to put in all that extra work, I'm gonna be like, well, my fee is $100 an hour. So no, I can't even do the $100 an hour because nobody really wants to be doing it for that long. So I'm gonna have to say my fee is about $25 a minute. So you got about a good 4 minutes to get your shit together and to climax, or else we're done. He'll learn real quick how to climax with my rates. It amazes me how low these prostitutes be charging. You ever see stuff like, what's that one? There's this real good gritty documentary about prostitution, and it was like from the 90s. I forget what it's called, but it's so gritty. And these bitches, they was sucking dick for like $15 back then. I was like, yo, I could, and I know most of them were on drugs, but I'm like, come on now. If you would have charged them $20 extra, they still would have paid for it. Like, these women should have got together and created a union on the whole stroll and said, we are not accepting anything less than $50 for a blowjob. I don't know what the going rates are now. You know, if anybody's out on that whole stroll, if you're a prostitute or whatever, let me know. And then these men that are paying for this OnlyFans, I don't get it. Why don't you just go and get the real thing? I wouldn't be paying just to see some chick. You know, I mean, you can see all that stuff for free nowadays. Why would you pay for OnlyFans? But I'll be your OnlyFan, but you're going to have to pay me. And again, I'm talking about in person. I'm not being on the internet. And again, this stuff is on the internet forever. So some of these women think, oh, I'm going to do OnlyFans because I'm in college and I need some money and stuff like that. And, you know, then I'm going to be a lawyer and I'm going to be in this and I'm going to be a teacher and stuff. Chick, that shit is going to be on the internet forever. And you think you just getting by right now, making money off of OnlyFans, not realizing that dudes are downloading your videos and stuff. And there's always going to be some creep that kept your video 20 years later when you're a teacher teaching fourth graders, and here he comes. Mrs. Williams used to have an OnlyFans account. You know how many hoes are going to have a hard time living a regular life once it's all said and done, once they can't make money off of their body? Only because of the internet. The internet doesn't change the game. You could be a hoe back in the day and nobody would know about it and still be like this holier than thou nun or teacher or something like that later on in life. Nobody would know. The only way you would be caught up out there is if you was actually in porno videos or like Vanessa Williams being in the magazines and shit. That shit came back to haunt her. But back in the day, you could do stuff, make money, and nobody would know about it. You could be a low-key hoe. Nowadays, these chicks, they think they got to make their money all on the internet, not thinking long-term. Like, look, bitch, at some point, you're going to want to have kids. You're going to want to have a husband. You're not going to want somebody digging up into their files on their cloud, and they got video of you busting it wide open and making it rain on these fools. That's another thing. This trap music has me feeling real old because I know back in my day they had explicit music, but nowadays this music is really explicit. All this eating pussy, sucking dick. I was like, wow, these young kids, I have to admit, I'm from Generation X. I will take responsibility for us being part of the reason why these young kids are so hypersexual and corrupt and stuff like this. It's like nothing phases these young people now. But yeah, I'm just like, yo, these people, like, they just talk about anything nowadays. But let me start to wrap things up. We got to come up with another Sag. Malik Yoba ain't even a Sagittarius, but I just had to drive the point home about the lips. This is like a public service announcement. Again, don't think that you have to go through hell and high water and sacrifice your lips just to make a man happy. And I'm talking to the men and the women in here, because I got some gay men up in here that, you know, they need to hear this too. Don't sacrifice your lips just to make some man happy. It ain't worth it. Lips all burning and raw by the time you get done. And then again, some of them expect you to swallow. Not everybody's into that swallowing mess, and some of that stuff, it just tastes very rank. It tastes very raw. So it's like, come on now. These men are asking for a lot. And I'm like, if they're going to ask for that, you got to ask for something in return. Like, well, what am I getting out of the deal? I dare you ladies to do that, because I mean it. I don't think I'm going to be dating any men anytime soon, but I would try that on a man. Like, I don't do that for free. Like, can you imagine if you're talking to a dude and he tries to put it in your mouth, right? And then you back up and you say, I don't do that for free. He's automatically going to think you're a prostitute. But that is a good way to just, fuck his head up real quick. And then when he says, what do you mean you don't do this for free? That's when you just get real with him. And you say, this is a lot of work that I have to put in. I at least expect, are you going to take me to dinner? Are you going to buy me some jewelry? Are you going to buy me that dress that I want? Are you going to buy me these shoes? Like, what am I getting out the deal? And I'm talking about every time you want me to do that. Because guess what? It's not fair. When a man goes down on a woman, that's not really work. It's all soft down there. So it's like you're not really putting in any work, and some of them are real half-assed with it. But when you gotta give a man head, that shit is work, especially if they are a nice size. Sometimes the corners of your mouth be getting all cracked because you really trying to give it to them good. But those days are over, giving it up for free. I might still get a coochie up for free simply because I'm getting something out of the deal. But the head game, no, I'm putting a price tag on it. I'm dead serious. But see, I could talk shit like this because I know I'm not going to be dating nobody no time soon. Then let me get with somebody like Kevin Laroni. I'll be begging him to let me suck it. I'll be like, let me suck it for free. I could tell he got a heavy one too. Howie Mandel, remember him? He was a weirdo. He's a Sag. Makes sense. Right? Some men don't even like eating it. Some men don't do it right. Some men are scared of it. So yeah. Green said, I need all my bills paid, right? Sukiana. Oh, that's that chick. Janelle said it simplifies things. Ladies know what you want in return. No time to think. Versatile Music Group said, trust me, it's work if you're going down on a chick. Really? How so? Because, well, okay, I'll say it's work if you do that tongue action thing. So I know some men are about that tongue action. So sometimes, if you haven't worked out that tongue in a minute, I can see where your tongue gets a little cramped up and stuff. But you don't got to be doing all that flicking with the tongue to really bring a woman pleasure. You could do other things, down there. You don't have to be all like, la, 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 la. You don't got to do all that. But some men, they want to do that motorboat thing. I guess that's what you call work. I still feel like y'all get off easy. The only time y'all don't get off easy is if something's wrong with that woman's pH and she smell like a, 3-day-old fish or something. That's when I feel sorry for certain men. Because I'm like, that's an awkward situation. How do you tell your girl, like, I can't go down on you because you smelling a little too ripe down there? You smelling like, the sushi that I left in my car last week. Like, I can't. Thankfully, I never had a man to have that conversation with me. I never had that problem. But I know some of y'all women probably ran into that situation. And I know nobody's going to be brave enough to mention, oh, yeah, I did get with a dude and he told me my coochie stank. But yeah, I know some of y'all that got that Venus and Scorpio know about that shit. But yeah, I can't imagine having that conversation with a woman if I was a man. I don't know what I would say. But if she kept pressing the issue, then I'd be like, look, bitch, your pussy stinks, okay? Because I could get real insensitive if you keep pressuring me. Like, if she kept saying, how come you don't go down on me? How come you don't go down on me? I'd be like, Because I'd be like, because I ain't in the mood for no hot and sour soup, bitch. That's why. With some dead fucking fish heads in it. That's why. So yeah. Or if I was a dude, I'd probably be buying her stuff to make her smell better. Some Summer's Eve, but I don't even trust those products because they have chemicals in it or whatever. I'd be trying to give her some clean organic foods. I'd be suggesting that she go vegan. I'd be like, let's go to the hot springs today and sit in some hot springs. Let's go into the hot tub. Let's go into the sauna. I'd be doing something. I'd be like, my sister just told me about these, what is they called? I think it's called yoni steams. I'd be doing all this research if I was a dude, and then I'd be blaming on my sister. I'd be like, my sister. And then she'd be like, why your sister talking to you about yoni shit? She have no idea it's her shit that stank. Pineapples. So pineapples help. Latasha said, you never told a dude he needs to check them balls. I have been with a dude where he did smell kind of, stale, I'll say. And that was not a good experience. It's just, Bellatana said, I would shove some whiskey or candy or something up in there. Well, you don't want to create that because she's probably going to come out with a wicked yeast infection. Dartmouth said homosexuals invented oral sex. I doubt that. Because, people, don't matter what the sexual orientation is. They've always been freaks. So I'm sure somebody figured out early on that if I put my mouth down here, I'm going to create some type of sensation. But I bet you that wasn't going on a lot back in the day because, they didn't have, their hygiene wasn't as up to par as it is now. So can you imagine how people smelled back in the day? Probably nobody was going down on each other back then. Undercover astrology, some women don't know from what I heard because I have heard some men's stories. Dartmouth said, your great-grandma didn't give sloppy toppies. I hope my grandma wasn't giving my grandpa head. I'd be like, Grandma, you too, you from the old school. Y'all wasn't even supposed to know about that type of stuff back then. Nobody wants to envision their grandma going down on grandpa, but that shit was going down like that at some point. Kit Kat said eating booty is a homosexual act. I'm sure heterosexuals started that shit first. Again, them heterosexuals created homosexuality. How about that? If you really want to get technical. Green Bean said, I hope my grandma was getting my granddad off shit. And then when you look at those old couples and they have all those kids, you just be like, y'all some nasty asses. All y'all was doing was just having sex left and right. He said it has an origin. But yeah. All right, who else we got? About to close out. About to wrap things up. Now, I got to send a forecast in the morning. Now, I think you're still in here who gets that forecast. I'm not going to call you out, but it might be kind of late because by the time I go to bed, and it is my birthday, so I hope you cut me some slack because I do feel like when I go down, I'm going to stay down for a good 5 hours. I don't know if I'll even have the mental wherewithal to write a forecast in the morning. Let me see. Wait a minute. Honolulu, Hawaii is a Sagittarius. I've been to Honolulu. Hey. I would say Honolulu is very Sagittarius. Number one, you got a lot of fat ass Hawaiians. So Sagittarius with Hawaii, that combination. Oh, she said take the day off. Thank you. I love you. But yeah, it makes sense that Honolulu, Hawaii is Sagittarius. Sagittarius deals with vacations. Honolulu, Hawaii is one of the biggest vacation spots, even nowadays. Also, there's a lot of big people in Hawaii. Hawaii people tend to have problems with weight gain, and a lot of it deals with their diet. But then Hawaiians are some of the most chill and laid back people you'll ever meet, which is also Sagittarius as well. So thank you, my Bill. Sagittarius, why am I saying Sagittarius? If you go back and look at the old pictures of Hawaii, matter of fact, let me pull up that picture of that old queen. Because she was straight up black. The original Hawaiians were black people, but then over the years, they were mixed with Asian and white, and they ended up Hawaiians of old. They ended up becoming diluted, I guess you could say. But when you go to Hawaii, they still maintain that that black vibe. Like they just like they're real chill people. I'm trying to find that queen because what's her name? Queen Lookalani or whatever. I remember learning about this Queen Lookalani in high school, or maybe it was junior high, and I was like, get the hell out of here. That's a black lady. And here she is right here. Look. All right, here it is. Save image. Just don't call the Hawaiians black nowadays, because they would be like, I'm not black. But again, their vibe, and if anybody been to Hawaii, you know what I'm talking about. Their vibe is very black. Just in terms of the way they act. Very family oriented, like, you know, just very nice people, very warm people. I'm just going to put queen. So I'm going to show you a picture of when she was a little girl. And again, let's remember that Sagittarius is a multicultural sign, but it also deals with the truth. And a lot of the truth has been erased in history. So this is Queen Lulukani, I think that's how you pronounce her name, when she was young. Now, if that's not a black woman, I don't know what is. Wait a minute, let me go back. But again, you're not going to, hear about this in, mainstream history and stuff like this. But if you know Hawaiians, they still have that black vibe to them. Unknown Billionaire said, I'm going to Hawaii and I might come back with some kids. Yup, she's a young black girl. Now, remember they told us that black people only came to this side of the world through slavery. Remember they tried to tell us that? Well, how the hell did she get to Hawaii if everybody that, you know what I mean? How did her people get to Hawaii? Because from what I understand, these European white slave masters, the colonizers, they didn't go to Hawaii. So how did black people end up in Hawaii? And I'm pretty sure they were there pre-slavery era if black people were only here from slavery. So I'm one of those black people. I believe that black people were always in the United States, always in the Americas. Hawaii doesn't have snakes. I didn't know that. Somebody said she looked like Nikki without makeup. Now I'm going to put a picture of her when she's older. But see, they've tried to reduce black people down to slaves. That's a big problem. That's one of the problems we have in the black community, because people have been brainwashed to have this slave mentality. If you notice, they keep putting these slave movies out year after year. I don't think they came out with one this year, though. They'll probably have about 3 next year just to make up for shit. But they do this. They try to keep people in this slave mentality so she's somebody you would call her like a black Pacific Islander. And a lot of those Pacific Islanders, a lot of the Samoans look black. Even the ones in modern day times, they're black. A lot of them got kinky hair. A lot of them Samoans are big too. There's a big Samoan population in Arizona and also California. Kit Kat say even black people lived in Canada. Yup. Latikia said, my name is Hawaiian, I believe. At least that's what I was told. Green Bean said, nah, my people said we come straight from Jamaica. I believe it. Yeah, I don't believe all the Jamaicans got there simply because of slavery. Yup, Nurse Tara said, because we've already been here. Unknown Billionaire said the whole world was dark at one point. And this is another reason why the powers that be, they're doing what they're doing now, again, because they know that at any point they could be outnumbered, and they know they're being outnumbered now. And again, I'm not talking about your average white person. I'm talking about these people up at the top who just happen to be white, primarily men, that are controlling the world and that are creating these, paradigm shifts and things like that. But they are definitely afraid of this world becoming full of people of color. They're already outnumbered, so they know this. People like Bill Gates are terrified of the knowledge that, give it a few more decades, there's going to be less and less white people. The birth rate for whites have gone down tremendously. That's not true with other races. And again, they're like, we have to do something to cull this population of people of color. We can't allow these people to overpopulate the earth. Now, mind you, they want the regular white people out of here too. Like, they don't care nothing about your average white people either. But they really do not want this world to have as many people of color as there are. They see us as expendable. They see us as animals. They see us as, people that just are expendable. So, yeah. Let me see what some of y'all are saying. And of course, I had to get a little political, get a little philosophical. But yeah, I'm all about the truth. But, they try to cover up the truth. They try to make it seem like, the only way black people got here was through slavery. And that's not true. I don't know for sure if I was a direct descendant of slaves. I don't know that. And I heard some of those genetic tests like 23andMe, I heard they're not even accurate. So you can't even be sure. Because I heard of people that are black, but that's another thing. Yeah, some people are getting weird results from the 23andMe genetic test. Like, you'll have a black person and then it comes back saying you only have like 1% black blood in you or something. It's weird. Now, of course, they don't say black blood, but it'll be like some country in Africa or something, or they'll be like the majority of your lineage is in France. So yeah, it's interesting what they're coming up with. But I'm like, can you really verify that? Them Scorpios, they love to get the 23andMe test and stuff. All right, what are y'all saying? Janelle said, raise boys to watch like we raise girls to watch. Problem solved. Thank you, Contemplating Key. Talking about face to face. Versatile Music Group said, I love the chill mode of Sag. Yup. Green Bean said, I love Hawaii. I won't go back. So you're in Hawaii right now? I heard Hawaii's tripping over the Rona though. So they're making it hard for Hawaiians. Somebody said deeper than a dimple. I never heard that expression. I like that. I might have to steal that. That's another thing. Us Sagittarius, if something sounds cool to us, we might take it for ourselves. That's deeper than a dimple. Slave story here in America is a complete lie, says Versatile Music Group. The Native American Indians are the African American black people in America. We were not brought over from ships. Nurse Tara said, have you seen pictures of the Native Americans? They were black. They were so-called indigo. Oh, yeah, and there's one that looks like Pharrell Williams. Y'all ever see that one where it's the Native American dude and he looked just like Pharrell? But you even have some Native Americans that like were dark skinned. And yeah. So we've been sold a bill of goods. We've been told a lot of lies. Even when it comes to the whole civil rights movement and all that, that stuff was pre-orchestrated. It was to, serve some other cause. It was for an agenda. I'm even questioning Malcolm X at this point. Don't even get me started on how we've been lied to for so long. Versatile Music Group said the Black African Americans are what is known as the indigenous Aborigine Niji of Turtle Island. William Williams said the elites who hold the covenant. Dartmouth said the controllers are desperate. Yup. Kit Kat said we really don't know if slavery even existed, just read off the books. Let me see. Connect said I don't trust those tests. That's how your family members get caught up and arrested. Right? They probably be selling that DNA to the police department. Kit Kat said them DNA tests are weird. I feel like they will clone you. Yeah, I'm like, what are they doing with that DNA? You always got to question these people's motives. Versatile Music Group said everyone can actually trace back their family's native tribe and reservation is actually hidden in the Library of Congress. Bellatana said the Ancestry DNA test results keep on being updated and the percentage changing. I feel like they are not telling people the whole story of what they are. Janelle said, I haven't had a DNA test. I think they do it so they can make Black people feel like they are not the Native Americans, but we are. Unknown Billionaire said, I've seen a Native American. Oh, yeah, I've seen that Native American, too. That looks like Fredro Starr. Yeah, that's another one. Yup. There's a few others that look like Black celebrities. Versatile Music Group. The current Native Americans are a new false legal name, and they are known as the $5 Indians. People were allowed to buy into being Indians by the U.S. government. Now, you got your $5 Indians. I know which ones you're talking about, but you also got your other Native Americans where they're full blood. So there are some Native Americans that look more like what you would call the mainstream Native Americans, because I'm in Arizona and they're thick out here. Like there's a lot of them. But you still got some that, you could tell they've been mixed with a lot of white blood. But your real, true Native Americans out here, to tell the truth, they really don't like white people. Like, they don't mix with them at all. And that's part of the reason why they started doing the skinwalker stuff. Because they needed a way to intimidate the white man when he kept encroaching upon their land and stuff. So they started to do the skinwalking to scare them away. And they've held on to, some of these people have held on to that tradition, like the Navajo tribe. That's one of the main tribes that has the skinwalkers. But yeah, the Native Americans out here, the full-blooded ones, they don't take too kindly to white people again, because they got long-term memories. They remember how they were treated. They're still on reservations. Suicide rate is outrageous. Even my oldest daughter, she had, back in the, several years ago, she had a best friend. Her best friend had a cousin. Her best friend was Native American. Had a cousin. They went to the state fair. They get back from the state fair. Cousin puts a bullet in his head. Like, that suicide shit is real amongst Native Americans. It's so sad. That and the alcoholism. And then, with drugs and all that stuff. So these colonizers, for lack of a better word, have done a job on Native Americans, have done a job on Black Americans. I would say we're the two most vulnerable groups, and maybe it makes sense. We're basically one and the same. So maybe that's why, they've done so much damage, because they're like, at the end of the day, these are Black people. These are your natives. Nurse Tara said those reservations look terrible. But yeah, it's sad what has become of both a lot of Blacks and a lot of Native Americans. But at least the Native Americans, the ones that are, considered Native Americans nowadays, at least they've been given casinos. Like, they can operate casinos and, I don't think they got to pay much taxes, if they got to pay taxes at all. If you're Native American, you could end up getting a check every month. Black people don't get that. I'm like, where's our reparations? And one time, this Native American lady stopped. This is when I didn't have a car and I was at the bus stop. And this Native American lady, she stopped me and she was like, I don't know what she was talking about, but she said something. And then she was telling me that I was Native. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm black. And I was like, but I do have some Native American, in my heritage and stuff. And she was like, no. She was like, you're not black. You're Native. And she was like, you need to collect that check. She was like, you need to sign up so you could get that check. And I was like, wow. But again, that kind of proves what we're saying. Like, blacks have always been here. Like, we were the Native Americans originally. And that Native American lady, she could see it in me. My bill said my cousins are Choctaw. They get a check every month. See what I'm saying? You better get in line because you got that Native American look too, my bills. Yup. When I was down and out and I had to, spend time renting a room from this woman. There was this other woman, this black, she was a young girl, but she was black, dark skinned, but she was half Native American. And she actually was living on the reservation, but she was screwed up. Like, she was on drugs and all that type of stuff. But yeah, if she would tell the average person that she was half Native, nobody would believe her because she just looked like a regular black American. But you'll have natives on the reservation. They're more receptive of blacks than they are white. So again, the hardcore, pure natives out here, they don't really get down with white people like that. And again, it's because they're still sore about how they've been treated. Bellatana said the colonizers were colonized first, though. It had to start somewhere. White people used to be pagan and in touch with nature, etc., until the Puritans destroyed them and the rest of any people not. What's that mean? Versatile Music Group said we could get reparations. We just have to stop identifying as black. We aren't a color, the color of law. We are the indigenous to this land. We start as a collective getting back to what they will have to give us our land back. Yeah. And then and again, I got to be fair as a Sagittarius. I am grateful to those white people that did, they understood right from wrong. They didn't just follow what these people, that was running the country back then was saying. So you had your white abolitionists. A lot of times they were your Quakers. They were your, certain groups of Christian people who didn't believe that slavery was right and all that type of stuff. So they have to be credited for the, strides that black people were able to make. So even like when it come down to the Underground Railroad and stuff, you had a lot of white abolitionists and white Christians that would open up their home and allow black people that were trying to escape slavery to post up in there for a night. So again, I'll be the first one to say, if it wasn't for certain white people that was cooperating to help us to get free of, slavery. And again, there was plenty of black people here before slavery. I do believe that some black people were brought over here from Africa, but I also believe there was plenty of black people already here. Maybe the ones that were already here, maybe they really didn't go through slavery. And maybe that's why you have some blacks that really hold on to that slavery narrative extra strong. And then you got others that are like, nah, I got too much pride to be always going back to that slavery shit. I'm more on the second part where I'm like, nah, I got too much pride to always be thinking about, oh, my people was enslaved and all this stuff. I'm like, And it's funny because I just come from one of those families where we just have a lot of pride. We don't have like, nobody really on either side of my family, my father's side or my mother's side, have like that slave type of mentality where we're actually, milking that victim status. And I'm like, thank God, because I don't want to ever have that status where I'm a victim, because I don't feel like a victim, even though I know that, racism still exists. I know that there's still some things that are not right and fair, but I don't feel like this descendant of a slave that's been beaten down. I feel like I'm more of a descendant of a king and a queen. I feel more like that type of person. And I feel like I'm a descendant of educated people, educated Black people. Matter of fact, my great grandmother, if I'm not mistaken, I think she went to college. And we're talking about my great grandmother, my grandfather's mother. So I come from a line of Black people where we was just about being educated. We weren't all about, I gotta shuffle up a barrel of cotton, like that type of stuff. Now, again, I'm not, clowning anybody that have, goes back to roots like that, but I just can't resonate with that. I resonate more with those Blacks that I guess you would say once we got to like the, what do you call it? Like the George Washington Carvers, your Booker T. Washingtons, your Frederick Douglasses, those ones that, they were educated Blacks and they were articulate and all that type of stuff. And, they actually worked together with whites because they knew that that was the way that they can enact change. One thing about people that are totally pro-Black and feel like that they can't include the white man on anything, a lot of times they put themselves in a box and they limit themselves. To be great, you have to put race aside, ultimately. And that's Sagittarius as well. So Sagittarius is this great, broad, expansive sign that doesn't have time for the whole racism thing. Not saying that every Sagittarius is not racist, but Sagittarius has loftier ideas. Sagittarius has a more expanded mindset. So as a Sagittarius, I can sit here and be grateful for some of the contributions that white people have made, Asians have made, Blacks have made, Africans have made. And I'm not going to just be partial to one and be like, because, you got some pro-Blacks out there that don't want to give white people credit for nothing. And I'm like, come on now. One thing I will give the white man credit for is that, number one, he has ingenuity. And number two, he has guts, because he will go to the corners of the earth to get what he needs. He will go through hell and high water to discover some shit. And they're just good at building things. That's why they came up with the Masons. White people historically are builders. Now, they did originally get it from the Egyptians, but that's another story. But yeah, that's why they're all about being Masons, because again, they're builders. And really, to be at the height of civilization, building comes hand in hand with it. That's the one thing I feel like Black men need to get on board with. They need to be builders. Do you know how much these builders make? Some of the most richest people in the world are real estate developers. Did y'all know that? That and those hedge fund managers. I don't give those hedge fund managers any respect, because it's like all you're doing is high stake gambling. But these real estate developers, these architects, you know how much money they make? Do you know how they create economies of scale? Basically, where it's like, they create this company and then the company has smaller companies. And then next thing you know, you're employing thousands of people. If Black people could just get their act together in terms of the building trades, like there's nothing we couldn't do. So again, this is why these Masons are all about, this is why you got groups like the Masons. Because again, without builders, what do you have? You don't have this high civilization. And one thing that burns me up, one of the things that racists love to throw out is they talk about Africa and they talk about how Africans don't build nothing. And that's partially true. But if you go back, of course, to the civilizations of Songhai and Mali and the Egyptian civilization, yeah, they were big time builders. But somewhere along the way, they became more agrarian, you can say, where it was more so about farm life, more so like when you're dealing with farm life and stuff, you don't need to be this big time builder and have these big structures and all this stuff. You don't need skyscrapers if you're living an agrarian lifestyle. And that's what a lot of Africans lived, an agrarian lifestyle. So they didn't have no need to build these skyscrapers and these big structures and all this stuff and to build these elaborate engineering systems and all that stuff. And you can even say that a lot of Africans are more right brain than left brain, where again, it's more about, living according to the land. I feel like when you're more of a people of the land, you're going to be more right brain than left brain anyway. Dartmouth said construction jobs hardly hire blacks, but that's what I'm saying. Instead of trying to get jobs at construction companies, create your own construction companies. It starts with a few rich black men. And nowadays we got plenty of rich black men, starting with these black athletes. Why can't they get together and say, we're going to start creating some construction companies and we're going to give black people preference? Why do we have to wait for these white corporations to do this virtue signaling for us to really start to build empires of our own? Yeah, I'm still alive, Marcus. Can you believe it? Marcus said, I'm just waking up. Are we talking about Native American now? We were. I'm 1% Native according to Ancestry. My tribe. Marcus, you are more than 1%. I can see it all in you. So I don't know what this ancestry.com is talking about, but you're more than 1% Native. I mean, I can see it. You look like you're half Native. Connect said it's a lack of appreciation for balance. Skyscrapers aren't needed everywhere. Some places need open land. Exactly. But again, if as blacks we want to compete with the other races, if you notice, the missing ingredient is builders. We really don't have, I'm pretty sure there's a few black construction companies out there. But like, for instance, Toll Brothers. You ever hear of Toll Brothers? They're one of the biggest real estate developers out there. They build housing communities all across the United States. Where is a black Toll Brothers? That's what I'm talking about. That's when you get into billion-dollar territory, when you become a builder. So yeah, LeBron James could do it. Like, they could get together, pool their resources together, and start creating their own empires. But until then, black people are constantly going to be kind of like second-class citizens, you can kind of say. Because again, like somebody said, construction companies, and I heard this through my dad, because my dad was a construction worker, so I already know the deal about how racist construction companies can be and how they don't want to hire black men and stuff. And that's why black men, the ones that are rich, got to look out for black men that are trying to get ahead and create these empires. And one of the biggest, greatest empires to create is real estate, property, building, real estate development. That's one of the easiest ways and quickest ways to become rich and to become financially self-sufficient. That's all I'm saying. I just wish that, and it could start off where LeBron James and these other multi-million-dollar athletes and these actors and stuff, they could start by creating trade schools for young people where they could go to trade school, learn the trades of building and all that type of stuff. And then once they graduate that trade school, you already have a company in place that can hire them. Indigo said, every time we try to create our own wealth, they find a way to take us out. But again, I feel like because we don't have enough wealth where we're insulated, we got to be at a point where we're insulated. Green Bean said, I want commercial property to generate income for my kids. That's a good, I would recommend commercial properties over private property if you're going to get into real estate investments. But of course, investing in commercial property, more than likely it's more expensive, but I feel like it pays off better in the long run. And there's less of a chance you're going to have that, major damage to your property like you would if you're renting out to families. Kit Kat said Michael Jordan created a prison. Indigo said those athletes and celebrities are puppets. Yeah, you're right. Because even when Michael Jackson and Prince were alive, they could have did more if you really think about it. I mean, Prince did do a lot, but it's like nobody wants to collaborate with each other and make shit happen. Dartmouth said Black empires helping Black communities is not permitted. Ask Oprah. Damn. Green Bean said you can't worry about who trying to take you out. That's a lack mentality. That's why I was like, well, maybe the empire ain't big enough. Maybe you don't have enough money to insulate yourself from any outside threats that would threaten to, sabotage what you created, what you built. I mean, Yale wasn't built overnight. Harvard wasn't built overnight. Toll Brothers wasn't built overnight, but they kept growing and growing and growing. And now they're at the point where nobody can, they're not going nowhere. Nurse Tara said everyone hates on each other. As soon as a Black person come up, they don't get support from others in their community. Yeah, that is true. Unknown Billionaire said they will just freeze your account. Well, now it's getting harder and harder because if you don't want to play by the rules with everything being digitized, they can just quickly just cut you off, unplug your ass, and now you don't have access to nothing. Unknown Billionaire said Black people are getting money from white banks. Nipsey tried to help. He got shot. Yeah. And sometimes it be our own people doing it to ourselves, where it's like, they'll do the dirty work. You know what the going rate is? And I shouldn't even say this, but I don't want YouTube to get the wrong idea. But to put a hit out on somebody, it don't cost hardly nothing. I be watching these true crime shows. I saw this one true crime show where this guy, was it? I think it was about this guy that wanted his mother killed or something like that. He paid a guy $75. Oh yeah, this was the story. He paid a guy $75 and said he was going to pay the guy $750, I think. But he only gave him $75 up front. And, dude actually carried out the murder, the hit, for a measly $75. That scared the mess out of me. I was like, that's all it takes for somebody to be willing to put a hit out, to do a hit. Now, of course, this guy was a drug. So, this story? Was this the one where, correct me if I'm wrong, was this where it was the boy and he wanted his mom dead? Yes, that's the story, Indigo. Yeah. And basically he paid dude $75, but that's how he got caught up. Oh, it's supposed to be $7,000. So was it $750 that he paid him up front or something like that? $700. And then dude went through with the hit, killed the mom. I think he shot the boyfriend, right? And because the mom had a boyfriend and mom was asleep. And he shot the mom. And wait a minute, wasn't this the story where he wanted the mom to be stabbed too, just to make sure? Indigo said yes, he was a fake ass rapper. He was flaunting her money after the fact. Yeah, this is the story. And didn't he say he wanted his mom to be shot, but also stabbed to make sure that she was dead? I was like, what type of demon do we have here? Unknown Billionaire, it's like the $70 up front. I think it was. Wasn't it even $70, $700? Either way, that's a low amount of money for you to be willing to kill somebody. Now, because his dumbass didn't pay the guy the rest of the money, guy starts singing to the cops. So that's how he got caught. But yeah, Zawina said Age of Aquarius is going to be like nothing we've ever seen. I agree. We're going to see more stories like this. People killing their mama over nothing. Indigo said he was a whole narcissist for that shit. She took care, and I think she took too good care of him. Didn't she put him in private school and all that? And like, she did everything for that boy. Yeah, she owned a beauty shop. She sure did. And she was like a pillar of the community. She did a lot for people in the community. It always be the good people that gotta get done dirty like that. What's up with that? And that's another reason why I got a beef with God. I'm like, why it always gotta be the good people that get done dirty like that? All she was trying to do was raise her son and do what was right and all that type of stuff. And she got to go out like that. Let one of my children do that. I'm coming back from the grave in spirit form, and I'm going to haunt the shit out of them the rest of their life. I'm going to be like in that movie, like Water for Chocolate. I'm going to show up right in that mirror every morning when they try to put on some makeup and stuff. I'm going to be right in that mirror looking at them, being like, look at you now. Just look at you. Always the good people got to go. But then again, you could look at this two ways. Maybe death is an escape from this devilish, demonic-ass world. Hopefully she didn't go through any pain. Hopefully she was killed instantly. Right? But yeah, that's the ultimate betrayal for a child to kill their parents after that child, has been given everything in life. Yup. I'm going to haunt you to the day you die. Yeah, I'll be one of them real vindictive spirits, causing all types of havoc up in the house, turning lights on and off. Now he's somebody's bitch, right? And he probably like it. He probably adjusts pretty well. That's another thing. We got to sometimes rethink these punishments where sometimes just locking these dudes up, that's not that's not good enough punishment. You know how good some men have it in prison? Some of them eat better in prison than what they did when they were out on the street. Some of them got cell phones in prison. Y'all seen Power. Y'all seen some of them shows. That shit is real. They be having cell phones in prison. I have a couple of clients that knew of people in prison and where they would tell me, yeah, they had a cell phone. Somebody sent me a super chat. Thank you. Yeah. So some of them be having it real sweet in prison. And that's why some of them go back, because it's much harder to survive on the street, especially if you're a thug. It's much harder to survive on the street than it is in prison. Prison ain't like how a lot of people think, where it's always some bullshit, like crazy ass shit going down every day. Usually most prisoners don't want that static. They're just trying to do their time and move on with their life. So a lot of times when you think, like those shows like Oz and stuff like that, it ain't as like crazy as people think. Every now and then you will have some crazy stuff. And again, the reason why I know firsthand because I've known some people that have been locked down. So while there is crazy stuff that goes on, it's not like it's an everyday freaking affair unless you're just rooming with one of them crazy ass dudes. But usually they try to even segregate the real crazy people from general population because again, they don't want a lot of drama. The corrections officers don't want it. Your average prisoner don't want it. So even like fights, they're going to try to avoid fights even. And that's why they get affiliated when they're in there so that they can avoid having to fight all the time. I already know if I got locked up, I would be a badass bitch. First of all, I would be bringing my astrology up in there. So everybody, I would get clout just off of that. Everybody be like, can you do my chart? Can you do my chart? I'd be like, do you have them squares? You got them cigarettes for me? You got them honey buns? Oh yeah, I would be making so much money. Thank you so much, Alley Cat. Thank you for your Cash App. Yeah, I'd be making money. I'd be getting the honey buns. I'd be getting the What else they be getting in there? They be having little things of tuna, all that stuff. I be doing people's charts, but you would have to pay me. Orange is the new black. What? Yeah, I know. I would know. And this is another Sagittarius thing. As much as I do not want to give up my freedom, I know that if I was ever to get locked up, I would make the best of it. I'd try to be cool with everybody, but I probably may have to, knock a bitch out like the first day or something just to let them know I'm about that. No, I'm just playing. But no, I could probably adjust in prison. Because I'm the type where if I'm in a bad situation, I'm going to make the most of it. And I'm going to try to make it as, comfortable as possible. Not just for myself, but for other people. Because again, Sagittarius is very generous. So I would be trying to, brighten everybody's day. I'd be making people laugh and stuff. And I'd be talking shit about the new inmates coming in. I'd be like, look at this bitch right here. They'd be cracking up. But yeah, I would make the most of it. You said inmates get paid peanuts. Not me. I'd be making money. Look, they would be asking family members to be putting money on their books just so that they could pay for a natal chart reading. So the good thing is, if you ever get caught up where you get locked up, it pays to have some skills. Like if you're a tattoo artist and you get locked up, you automatically going to get respect up in there because people need to get tatted up. So if you coming in there with some tattooing skills, you come in there with some hairstyling skills, you come in there knowing how to do eyelashes and wax eyebrows with the ghetto. You know how they be coming up with ghetto ways of doing stuff. I heard that they even be making lipstick out of Kool-Aid packets and shit. Like some Vaseline combined with Kool-Aid. That's their lipstick and all this stuff. So, oh yeah, I would be very resourceful up in there. So if you got something of value, a lot of times that could keep you from getting your ass whooped. Nobody wants to whoop your ass if you're the one that knows how to braid everybody's hair. You instantly going to get that respect and that clout. Or if you're the one that does nails, you going to be, people going to love you. Oh yeah, the tarot too. I forgot about that. I had my tarot decks up in there. I'd be asking people to be smuggled. I'd be asking the corrections officer, can you smuggle this deck in? I don't know if they allow tarot in jail. I would think so, in prison, jail. Indigo said, I went to Cook County Jail in Chicago. Worst jail ever, but they treated me like royalty. That's that, that Gemini can stick and move and, it's whatever. Not uptight. Can do that type of stuff. So, yeah. It all depends on how you are as a person. If you're just one of those chill people, you'll probably make it in prison. If you're uptight, you probably won't. Oh, yeah, so your Coco Locks is saying I wouldn't be able to bring my tarot cards, but I could use playing cards. That's all good. Shit, I would create my own tarot cards. I know every one of those cards by heart in terms of the pictures and all that stuff. So I would make my own. Yup, Janelle, you feel me. Let me see what else I could do. I can cook. So I would definitely want to volunteer for kitchen duty. Because I would want to be in the kitchen passing time, cooking and stuff. I don't mind cooking anyway. And I would be making that shit extra good. Be putting a little extra onion powder up in there and stuff. I'd be coming up with recipes. Because I heard that too. Like, they'll allow them to get creative in the kitchen sometimes and come up with recipes and stuff. And they be like, oh yeah, Jamal's spaghetti and meatballs be banging because he be putting that extra shit up in there and all that. Sometimes these prisoners, again, they eat better than how people eat out on the street. And sometimes I don't know how I feel about that because we talk about some of these people are rapists, murderers, all types of stuff. Yup, Janelle, if you funny, you will be good. Exactly. So I have my humor to, keep me good up in there. I got my tarot, my astrology. Oh, let's not forget the numerology alone will kill them. They'll love that shit. They will love that shit. I'll be like, what's your prison number? We be talking about prison numbers and what they mean and all this type of stuff. And I'd be like, oh, it breaks down to 16. Girl, you ain't ever getting out. Damn, I feel sorry for you. Oh, it breaks down to 24. Oh, you going to get approved with that appeal next week. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, I know you got a lot of money on your books being a 23. Yeah. So they would love the numerology. They would love the astrology, all that type of stuff. The only ones I probably have a problem with is those ultra Christian ones. So, but I'd probably be able to convert them too. And then don't let there be a cute male guard. Because again, like I said, I'm a Sagittarius. So at the end of the day, I will do things that go against the law. So if there was a cute corrections officer, cute prison guard, oh yeah. Me and him, we be sneaking around back doing our little thing. I am not above doing things like that. So I would make sure I got some dick when I was in prison. I would make sure, I had the hookup where I would be cool with the girl that does hair. I'd be cool with the girl that does, makeup or whatever like that. I'd be cool with the chicks that know, and then I'd be bartering my services too. And getting dick at the same time. Now that I think about it, I don't think prison is a bad deal. It's like, let me stop. It does seem like it's much harder to survive in the real world than when you are in prison. Only thing you got to worry about every now and then, there's some crazy person. That's right, I'm going to get me some in prison. I would take that risk because when you're locked down and you're basically, it's just about day by day, you're going to need something to break up that monotony. Like, so yeah, if I would do it, I would risk it, especially if he was fine. Hey, Victory. So you said thank you for doing your daughter Gabby's reading yesterday. That really helped me out. Well, I love her spirit. I love her energy. Me and her was just laughing about stuff. So I see where she gets it from. So thank you for referring her to me. And like I told her, I was like, she gonna make a lot of money because she got a kite in her chart. I envy people that got those kite aspect patterns in their chart. Usually they're going to do very well financially, especially once they found their purpose and they're following their destined path and all that. So she's going to be good with that kite. She just needs to stay away from Taurus men. Versatile Music Group says, sounds like I need to become a prison guard at a woman's correct. Yeah, you could get all the coochie you want. It's just free flowing up in there. And some of those women are cute, especially on visitation day. Thank you, Tara. On visitation day, that's where they put the makeup on. They get their hair done. They can wear regular clothes and stuff in some cases. Yeah. That's when you really start seeing, oh, she cute. Oh, look at her. Oh, ooh. She nice when she comb her hair. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Tara. I try to do the very best I can for you. But it seems it's not enough. Who sang that song? And I care. And I care. You know that I wanted to see you through. Some police officers are fine. Let's look at this police officer right here. And again, I know I said I was going to get off soon, but I will soon. Here go another one. Now, I'm not attracted to him at all, but it would be amazing being pulled over by this guy. I'm trying to think, what's his sign? I have his chart because, like I said, I had been researching bodybuilders over the past month because of Scorpio season, and he's another one that I learned about. He won Mr. Olympia like 6 times, maybe even 7, and now he's a cop. So imagine this guy pulling you over for a regular traffic stop. I bet you his fellow cops, co-workers, they probably can't stand his ass. So you could tell that's not a real police uniform. It don't look like one. But yeah, he's a cop. I don't know if he's retired now or whatever, but that's Ronnie Coleman. And he was a bodybuilder, Mr. Olympia. My Bills is like, don't go. That makes me think of that In Vogue song. I love that song. Please don't go. Yeah. Now, the one thing about men that are big like that, how effective are you going to be as a cop if the perpetrator runs away from you? Because you know these bodybuilders, they can't run fast. They can't really do anything fast. When they walk extra slow. It's like they can't even hardly walk. Their thighs are like fused together. So how effective as a cop? He can't even grab his gun quick. Let's be real. So there's always a trade-off. Now, somebody mentioned small dicks. That's one of the trade-offs that come with this bodybuilding. But there's always a trade-off, with everything. So again, how effective can you be as a cop being that big? And again, I think that's why his coworker, they probably got a problem with him, because I'm like, they're probably like, you can't even be that effective being that big as a cop. Kit Kat said it looks like burned fat hot dogs. But there is another bodybuilder that's kind of cute to me. His name is Big Ramy. He's Egyptian. And he's sexy, but he's too big. Too big, but he's sexy. I'm going to try to find a picture of him. Big Ramy. And some of them Egyptian dudes are fine. And I just got this thing for bald heads. I don't know what it is. Yeah, Big Ramy is too big. Let me try to get a picture of him with the, okay. Actually, damn, the freaking thighs are ridiculous. Again, they can't even walk, right? So here go Big Ramy. He's another one that is kind of cute to me. And again, I have to reiterate, I'm not in the bodybuilders, but because I was researching these bodybuilders, just for astrological research, mind you, I couldn't help but to find a couple that I was like, hey, he's not that bad looking. So this one is Big Ramy. He is an Egyptian. And I don't like him as much as Kevin Levrone, but Big Ramy, he kind of got some sex appeal too, but he's just way too big. But that bald head combined with that beard, I'm like, okay. Now, I'll tell you, his sexy factor, kind of went out the window when he opened his mouth and he started talking with that thick accent. He could barely speak English. I was like, damn. But that's Big Ramy. He's Egyptian, like I said. Fine. He's another Roy head. They all are. So again, that's where I started to develop respect for them, because at least, oh, you like bald heads too, Connect? At least, and I love to rub that head for good luck. They be like, you're my personal Buddha. But at least these bodybuilders admit that they do juice. They what do they call it? They call it gear. They take the steroids, but some of them go even further. They're on human growth hormone. Some of them are on insulin. Some of them take insulin to get big. All right. Victory said, I met the Virgo guy. We are dating now. You were right about that Sagittarius. He irks my nerves and such a liar. Well, thank you for your feedback. Damn, Sagittarius being a liar. Actually, I knew of a Sag that had a problem with lying. Exactly. Hodge twins are sexy, but that country bumpkin accent, I can't. I just can't. Let's look at the Hodge twins. Because as long as they would just shut up, they would be fine. But the minute they start talking, oh, he is too big. Too big. And then, let me show y'all this picture. This is like, it's just too big. Then, another thing I don't like about bodybuilders' bodies, their muscle, like they'll have so much muscles in their ass that it makes their ass look like they got cellulite. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Because the glutes have these striated muscles. And the more ripped you are, the more you're going to see each like striation. And when they turn around and clench their butt, it doesn't look good to me. It looks like a cellulite ridden ass, like how I'm about to show y'all right here. So this is Big Ramy again. Now look at that ass. Now that ass is pure muscle, but don't it look like it can be like cellulite too? But again, that's just what you're seeing are the striations of muscles. Like, that ass is so hard, you could chip a tooth on it. But like I said, I don't like that look because it looks like cellulite. Somebody said who loves oatmeal. You say his ass look like oatmeal? Yeah. Do you see how big this motherfucker is? Now, I don't think that's steroids alone. I think he's also taking the human growth hormone. But a lot of that is also genetics, because if you don't have genetics to back it up, yeah, you're going to look at some asses in the morning and to go. If you don't have the genetics to back it up, it don't matter how much steroids you take, you're not going to have that body. So he obviously had the right genetics to be a bodybuilder. Look at those fucking thighs. That's just ridiculous. But yeah, I don't like seeing those striations in the ass like that. That's just too, hey, Ronan. Ronan like, what the hell? What did I walk in on? Yeah, you're late. You if somebody walks in now to this live stream, they're going to be like, what the hell is she talking about? Now, who else did I say I was going to pull up? It was somebody. Damn. I forgot. Okay, let's move on from Big Ramy. But there was somebody else I wanted to pull up too. Now, the bodybuilding world, that's a perfect place for a transgender male to female to hide, because she could just say she's a female bodybuilder, because I've seen them. And I've had to, throughout my research, I had to school some of these guys, and it's weird. Like the guys that are into bodybuilders, would you say that's kind of gay? Like some of these guys, again, I've done research, so I'm not just watching videos. I'm going through the comments to see what these people think about these bodybuilders. You'll have some that are disgusted by them, but then you'll have others. They love, like, the bigger these guys are, the better. I'm like, a guy that's into bodybuilders, does that automatically equate to him being gay? I want to know. And do we have any straight males in here who would buy those bodybuilder magazines back in the day, like called Flex or whatever they're called, and you're seeing all these images of, men with, all this muscles and stuff like that, all ripped like that. I know there had to be some straight boys out there that like to watch, maybe they did it for motivation. But, okay, I'll ask the females. If you started dating a man and you go over to his house and he has a bunch of these bodybuilder magazines, but he doesn't work out, because there's a difference. If he works out at the gym and he's buff himself, then you can kind of understand why he got bodybuilder magazines. But let's say he don't work out at the gym, but he got these bodybuilder magazines. What would you say? Would you say that's automatically gay? Is that suspect? What? What would y'all think? Green Bean said, I think he would be sus. Now, what if he's like, I just like the sport. I like the competition factor. Zayna said, I would be suspicious. Kit Kat said, that boy sus. I would think he was sus too. Now, there's this black guy that has a YouTube channel. So through my research, I stumbled upon this black guy's channel, and he critiques bodybuilders. And he was getting a little bit too much into these bodybuilders for my taste. And I was like he was like, when I was young, I used to be obsessed with bodybuilders. And he was like, I was always obsessed with superheroes and all this stuff. And he was like, I looked at bodybuilders as being human superheroes. And he was just going on and on about it. I thought his dick was hard when he was talking about it. I was like, damn. But I'm like, can you be a straight man and appreciate bodybuilding without being, gay with it? I'm talking about where you get deep into the bodybuilding, where you're talking about their glutes. Cause I read in the comments, these guys get deep into it. They be talking about how their glutes are. They be talking about how their veins are popping out. They be talking about how thick their biceps are. Thank you, Ronan. Ronan said, I'm new to the gym scene and learning the dark side of it. Loads of addicts, and worse yet, I opt to focus on improving for motivation, image, and health. Y'all, I was just saying, Ronan, that one thing through my research on bodybuilding, I was saying that at least they admit that they do use steroids. Some of these guys even pump themselves up with insulin because that's going to help them increase muscle mass. They take the human growth hormone and stuff like that. But I would say some of these guys suffer from body dysmorphic disorder, just like anorexic would. Thank you for your super chat, Ronan. Just like an anorexic would. It's like they look in the mirror and they're not big enough. So that's one of the things I've been determining. Wrestling does seem gay, don't it? I'm talking about like the actual athletic type of wrestling and the entertainment type of wrestling. That's just too much balls on top of your shoulder type of stuff. But I would guess that there's some straight men. And then you got to think about this too. I learned this years ago about men. And if I'm wrong, men, y'all correct me. But from what I heard is when a man is doing something involving sports, or let's say it's something involving some type of work, like especially if it's involving high impact, he can't get hard. Like it's going to be hard for him to get hard. Like even like just watching a basketball game, unless he's gay and into basketball players, he might get hard then. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody told me years ago that a man like watching a baseball game or something or a football game, he's not going to get hard because like sports don't do like they're basically from what I heard is it's like the dick part of their mind it switches off so that they can focus on the stats and all that and the plays with the sports and all that. That's what I heard. Is that true? Indigo said that's bullshit. Yeah, that does sound kind of too what's the word? Compartmentalized. Now Ronan's saying true. So Ronan's saying you can't pitch a tent, you can get some wood while you're watching sports or doing something that, involves, I guess a high degree of concentration and stuff. Because honestly, when I was watching these, and mind you, again, I was doing this purely for research. When I was watching these bodybuilding competitions, I was hoping that one of them would get hard. I really was, because I wanted to see, I was hoping that Kevin Levrone would get hard. But then I would be embarrassed for them at the same time. But I'm like, does that ever happen when they're flexing on stage? Like they just pop a boner and they can't, that would have to be so embarrassing. But I would think sometimes it happens at the most inopportune time. But yeah, I checked out quite a few of those bodybuilding videos and not one of them got a hard on while they were doing that flexing, even when they were looking at each other, because they be looking at each other because sometimes they'll be all on the same stage and they'll be, working out and stuff. I mean, they'll be doing their flexing and stuff, making that grimace. And then they'll stop. Some of them will just stop and look at the other guy. Not once have I seen them get hard. So I'm like, is it because they're in athletic mode and it's not possible for them to get hard? Wait a minute, you saw that with WWE? Yo, Kit Kat says she's seen a clip where two hard guys were wrestling on YouTube. Wow. I want to see that. If you got the link, Kit Kat, send it to my email, carmen3675@aol.com. I want to see this dick wrestling scene. Ronan said, I don't get excited in those moments, yet it depends on that individual's respective focus. Maybe they do tuck it when they're doing the bodybuilding. Maybe. But no, I seen Kevin, I seen that bulge, but he didn't get hard. Undercover Astrology said, so that's why women can get sex when the game is on. LOL, I thought they just didn't want to be interrupted. No, yeah, honestly, or she said can't get sex. honestly, from what I heard, men just don't get aroused like when they're watching sports and stuff, like, because that part of their brain shuts off. But that's what I heard. Ronan said that's true, but Indigo said that's not true. So I guess it depends on the guy, you know. All right, let's get to another picture because this ass is just, it's not cute. I'm going to put in one of those black female bodybuilders because there's one out there that's a straight male to female trans. And I'm like, I don't know who she thinks she's fooling. And I'm going to show you why. Because certain women just can't create this look. And like, women can build muscle. But then there's a certain limit that a woman can, you know, go to in terms of bodybuilding. She's never going to get to the level of a man in terms of muscle mass. It's just impossible. Is this the one? Yeah. Yeah, wait till I show y'all this one. And there was people in the comments section. Again, I was doing this for research where they were actually saying that that was a woman and she just looked like a guy. Now, y'all tell me when I pull this up what y'all think. Bye, Big Ramy. Okay. I don't even know her name. I'm just put female bodybuilder. I should put male to female bodybuilder. I mean, the face alone is just going to tell you. But when you see this body, and this should also like help you to discern when it comes to like some of these Hollywood celebrities. Like, men are just shaped differently than women for the most part. There's some people that are very androgynous, even down to their naked bodies. But look at this person. This is a woman. I mean, this is a person that's competing against natural born women. And she's trying to say that she's a biological woman. And got people that are fans of bodybuilding believing that this is a woman. First of all, do you see those back muscles? You see where she got her arms lifted, right? What are those back muscles called? Are those your deltoids? You see how you can see her back muscles from the front? Usually you're not going to get that type of muscle mass with a woman. With these male bodybuilders, you can see their back muscles from the front. That's how you can see it with hers. If you look at other female bodybuilders, the ones that are natural born women, their back doesn't spread out. They're called the lats. Their lats don't spread out. They don't have that wide ass, big ass back like that. Like, you could put a billboard on her back. So yeah, it's like those wings. I guess they're called, Robin said. But yeah, that's not a woman that just took male hormones. That's a man that took female hormones. And he just happened to have the genetics to be able to compete in bodybuilding. Shoot, he probably didn't even have to take no damn steroids. If he would have took steroids, he wouldn't be able to compete with the women. But yeah, the face alone. But again, I don't have any problem with transgender individuals. What I do have a problem with is when they try to do this shady shit by trying to compete against natural born women. And it's usually only affecting women. They're doing this in high school sports and all of that. So it's like, it'll be male to female and think that they can compete against natural born women. And then when they win, I'm like, how can you feel like a winner when you know that you were at an unfair advantage? Indigo said that's the roids in her. That's the man in her. That is a man. You got to look closely. Look at the face. The face says it all. But yeah, so Ronan said the face can cut diamonds, right? But that's what I mean. Like, that's not right. I mean, just look at the torso. Women don't have torsos like that. And I don't think most women can get their thighs that big either. But yeah, that shit pisses me off. And again, how can you feel like a winner when you know that you're at an unfair advantage? You said you know, I would know. But yeah, I almost see a penis too right there. She got a bigger bulge than some of those male bodybuilders. But yeah, that's a wide ass back for a woman. I'm not buying it. But yeah, so that's another thing. Let me see if we cover all the Sagittarius celebrities before I get out here. Get out of here. Oh, Manny Pacquiao, mixed martial artist. He looks like a Sagittarius. All right. Filipino boxer. Chris Evert, she was that tennis player. Mos Def, we forgot about him. Sagittarius. He's another one that kind of gets on my nerves. Like, he's somebody that, you can only tolerate for half a day before you feel like cussing his ass out. And didn't he change his name to some? Yeah, he changed his name to Yassine Bey. So I guess he's a Moorish. He's in the Moorish Science Temple or something like that. Why is he strapped into an electric chair? What was he playing in some movie? That's too big. I'm trying to get a better picture of him. Why does he look like he's a prisoner in this? Oh, wait a minute. It is saying he was arrested. Anybody know about this story? Wait a minute. That ain't true. Wait, is that true? I know he did a real Sagittarius move by one time he married this woman after only meet her. He only known her for I think a week, and they decided to get married, and I was like, that is so Sagittarius. Sagittarius will do some dumb shit like that. But it's saying that he got arrested in South Africa for something. I'm about to go back and read it after I put this picture up. Umi said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. Those lips alone would get on my nerves after a while. My Abby said, shine your light on the world. Wait a minute, who dated him briefly? Wait a minute. Wait, Beyonce dated Mos Def? What an unlikely couple. And he said it, and it ended badly. I see why. What would Beyonce... I don't get it. Oh, Evelyn Lozada, she's a Sagittarius too. Okay. She's not a laid-back Sag, so I could see where she could be problems. She could be problematic. She's wild as shit, always trying to fight people and stuff, spanking her coochie on camera. So, yeah, that's that wild-ass Sagittarius. You see them lips, Chanel? I can't. Can you imagine kissing those lips? Those lips would keep on missing your lips. Somehow, some way. Y'all wouldn't be able to connect. And I'm being all loud. I know my neighbor is probably he probably tossing and turning in his sleep. Good. Because he's always waking me up in the morning. She must have a thing, obviously, for Sages. But yeah, he's nothing like Jay-Z. I don't see and that was a bad combination. He I can't remember what sign the woman he married was. Yeah, we're just loud. It's ridiculous. Sometimes I'm too loud for myself. I have to tell myself to be quiet. Y'all got 2 live streams out of me tonight. Y'all realize that? Y'all got a double dose of me. Y'all had a double feature. Larry Bird, Boston Celtics, Sagittarius. And of course, with Sagittarius, we got to be over the top. We got to be extra. So I guess that's how y'all got the 2 live streams out of me. Because already I'm at 2 hours. And what time did I log off? I really got to log off soon, y'all, because I'm forgetting that I got work to do. I still got some natal charts to do. I got to do some other stuff. Joseph Conrad. Okay. I think that was the writer of that book. Yeah. What book did he write? Didn't he write Robinson Crusoe? Let's see if I'm right. Joseph Conrad, what did he write? What was he best known for? Come on now. Lord Jim. So no, he didn't write. He wrote The Heart of Darkness. That's what it was. Okay. Joseph Conrad, writer. Billy the Kid was a Sagittarius, outlaw. I call the dark side of Sag the outlaw of the zodiac, and he was like the quintessential outlaw. Billy the Kid. That's weird. Okay, what y'all saying? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing some numerology classes. Well, damn, that's what I meant to tell y'all. I will be doing a workshop this month. But it's gonna be for the New Year's Eve one, but where it's gonna be a variety of topics this time. So whatever topics my New Year's Eve party guests want to talk about, astrologically, we'll definitely do that. And I'm gonna need to know beforehand, so I'll be sending out a questionnaire about some of the things you want insight on astrologically. We're gonna be playing some games. We're gonna be, roasting people, talking shit, all that type of stuff. So it's gonna be fun. And this time around, I think I want to have the New Year's Eve party like a week before New Year's Eve. Even though a lot of people aren't going to be going out during this New Year's Eve season, you still might want to spend time with your family. I don't like cutting in on people's family stuff. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably have the New Year's Eve workshop party on the 27th of December. So we'll see about that. But I'll be putting together the I forget what it's even called now. It's been so long since I held a workshop. What do I be doing my workshop? I be selling tickets via something. Eventbrite, that's what it is. So I got to go back on Eventbrite. Oh, Indigo said I am family. Thank you. I feel like family with all y'all. I got to go back on Eventbrite and create the New Year's Eve party. And everybody's invited. Everybody's welcome to attend. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to turn up. There it is. Dionne Warwick, Sagittarius. She was late. She's on page 6. That's ridiculous. I would be mad if I was Dionne. Trina, we forgot about. Did anybody mention Trina? Hey, I am well versed. I'm trying to think. When's your birthday? Wait a minute, your birthday. Wasn't your birthday on the 1st? Happy belated birthday. I swear you're in one of the first few days of December, I think. What was I? Trina. Did anybody mention Trina? She's a Sagittarius. She seems like one of those, not Trina Braxton. Wait a minute, is that Trina Braxton or Trina the rapper? No, Trina the rapper, but the other Trina is a Sag too, isn't she? Yes, that's right, 12-1. Yup. I got a good memory. Happy belated birthday. I'm sorry I didn't reach out and, wish you a happy birthday on the 1st. But I hope you had a good time. And I seen what you've been doing with the food. I'm like, oh, look at that. So Trina is a Sag, December 3rd, 1978. I used to love that song by her. Pull over, that ass too fat. Pull over, that ass too fat. Thank you, Sweet Brown. Pull over, that ass too fat. That was the shit. But Trina can't dance. So you celebrated your birthday last night. I know you probably was all dressed up, looking all pretty and shit. I am well versed, know how to dress. She know how to put together an outfit. I tell you. Sagittarius be fly, period, a lot of times. You said detox now. But Trina, she can't dance. And again, you can't be a Sagittarius and be making us look bad. So some of these Sagittarius that we did mention, they could use a little work. Trina, she had all this time to learn some dance skills and stuff, but some people, they just don't have that rhythm to her, and she just don't have it. Like, I expect her, oh, that's Mos Def. I expect her to be, let's put up Trina and see how she look right now, actually. Trina seems very uptight. And for her to be December 3rd, Sag, what is her problem? Like, she always act like she got a stick in her ass. I gotta put Trina Rapper 2020. And then she got, oh yeah, people hated her because she spoke about, what did she say? It was about George Floyd or something, or the riots. She was like, y'all don't need to be rioting and stuff. And she was like, that's not a good look. I can't do that Florida accent. But she was slamming the race riots. I don't like this look that she has right here. Actually, this is a better picture of her. Why you look like, wait till y'all see this picture. Again, you'll see what I mean about her being an uptight Sag. And nobody wants to deal with an uptight Sagittarius. That's like an oxymoron. Does she have anything in Virgo? And again, I don't feel like pulling these people's charts. So if anybody knows what she got in her chart, let me know. Because she got something uptight that's just messing with that Sagittarius energy. As you're about to see. And usually people that are uptight can't dance. And that's why she can't dance. She's too uptight. I'm surprised she even did that song with Trick Daddy. You know, Nan? Like, I'm surprised he could get that out of her. Done been the places I've been. Done spend the bins I've been. Fuck like 5'2", best friend young. You know, Nan? That was my shit back in the day, though. She got Saturn and Virgo. Oh, there it is. Whoop, there it is. She uptight. That Saturn might be squaring her sun. See, now you make me want to pull her chart because I want to. Oh, here it is. I can just pull it up on Astro Theme real quick. I'm tripping. That's how you know it's too early in the morning for me. All right, what's going on with this Virgo, Saturn and Virgo? Come on now. Damn, even this website acting uptight when it comes to pulling her chart. Come on. All right, Saturn. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? That Saturn is squaring her sun. She's uptight, like I said. That's why she's an uptight Sag. She got Saturn squaring her sun and Mercury and Neptune. Remember that video, pull over that ass too fat? Remember how stiff she was acting in that video? How can you not act loose? How can you not get loose in a video and a song like that? Pull over, your ass too fat. Even had like the what was that? Like the bongos, that type of drum beat. I'm like, you can't help but to shake your ass to that song and to really like do it, like be on some like really hoe shit in that video. But she was just doing this little shimmy thing. I was like, really, Trina? And then really, what video was she really bad with? Was it Busta Rhymes? Was that the video? No, it was one where she did a collaboration. And I even wrote in the comments section, that comment got like hundreds of likes. I was like, Trina can't dance. I'm trying to think. Oh, it was the Right There video. Chingy's video, Right There. Check out that video. You'll see how stiff she is. You'll see how uptight she is. So I knew she had to have something in her chart that takes away from that free-spirited, laid back, chill as hell Sagittarius energy. And there it is right there. That damn Saturn and Virgo messing shit up. That's why I feel sorry for her. That's fucked up to be a Sagittarius, but then here come Virgo fucking shit up, taking away your happiness and joy. Can you imagine being a Sag and you can't even enjoy being a Sag? Damn. Indigo says she can't dance or rap. She really can't rap, can she? But the South thinks she is the second coming of God. Probably because she's the best looking thing to come out the South in terms of rap artists. Like in terms of female rappers. What other female rappers come from the South that really look good? Mia X? Come on now. Now, Mia X, she ain't ugly, but, you know, she actually had a little cute face, but, you know, she was on the big side. But I'm trying to think, who else is from the dirty South? You a female. Please don't say that one chick. What's her name? And she had that bubblegum song. That shit was so embarrassing. Rashida. And because her career didn't work out, she ended up being Love and Hip Hop or some shit like that. Remember Rashida? She had that song, something, you could chew on my bubblegum. I was like, I experienced secondhand embarrassment through that video. Now, Rashida is very pretty, but she's another one. She's like dollar store pretty, if you get what I'm saying. And again, I'm not saying that her beauty is fake, but she's the type that will settle for like that dollar store type of life. Hence her getting with that Kurt. Kurt looked like he would be the manager of Family Dollar. Let's be real. Both of these people don't look like they should have the money that they have. And I don't think they have that amount of money. Let's be real. They both got that struggle look to them. And again, you know, you always got the pretty girl from the wrong side of the tracks that people be like, if she was just given a chance, and maybe she makes it out the hood or the trailer park by becoming a model or something, or becoming some video hoe. But that's what Rashida looks like to me. Like, she looked like she could be working at the Dairy Queen. You know, all the dudes pulling up in the drive-thru, yeah, they hollering at her. She, you know, she twirling around her bubble gum and shit. Matter of fact, in that video, wasn't she acting like she was working in a restaurant or something? But anyway, both Rashida and Kurt. Is it Kirk or Kurt? Who cares? Both of them have that struggle love thing going on. And both of them look like, again, it don't matter how much money they get. They both could, like, she working at the Dairy Queen, he working as a manager of Family Dollar, and they making it work some way, somehow. That's how I look at them. Now, what other female rapper is from the South? Wait a minute, my bill said Rashida's mom is from East St. Louis, so there you go. Damn. Kirk run her. That's how you know she of that type. Because again, Rashida's real pretty. Why is she lowering herself to be with this Kirk? With his Adam's apple. Can we pull up Kirk for a minute? Because that Adam's apple, I just can't. I couldn't even look at, and they were on Love and Hip Hop, right? I couldn't even look at Love and, like when he would come on and he would do his little like interview thing, I couldn't even look at him because that Adam's apple looked like it was threatening to just like come right out of his neck. What is his last name? Kirk. I guess I put Love and Hip Hop. We gonna look at both of them together because again, maybe y'all don't look at this. Oh God, look at this. He could never be a trans because that Adam's apple would give him away all day. But I'm like, how you have an Adam's apple that looked like it hurt? Sorry. And I'm sorry. He would get to talking, that Adam's apple would be bobbing up and down, and I would just have to turn my head. And I definitely couldn't watch something like that while I was eating, because I have a very sensitive stomach about certain stuff. And that Adam's apple, I was just like, how does Rashida even deal with that? Y'all see what I mean in a minute. It looked like he got a marble stuck in his throat. I'm like, does that shit hurt or what? And then it's not even like he's very masculine, so it's not like that Adam's apple's really doing him any good. Beyond grossing me out. Okay, where is this picture? Oh, here he is. with his dollar store neck. Like, how you gonna have a dollar store neck skin so thin that that Adam's apple is threatening to come right through it? Hey, Golden Sun, thank you so much for your super chat. Okay, here it comes. Do you see that? You can see that Adam's apple from a mile away. And when he talks, it's just even worse. So, like, I couldn't watch the show just off of that Adam's apple a lot of times. Coco Lock says throat chakra is a little off. I guess that might be true. He got 3 earrings. Like, look like he should just have loser stamped on his forehead. Know who he kind of reminds me of? He kind of reminds me of that Tim Norman from Sweetie Pies. The one that killed his cousin. He reminds me of that type of character. Somebody you really can't trust fully. Indigo said he sounds so done when he talks, talking all slow and nonchalant. Yeah, he really act like he doing something. Now, let me try to find a picture of these two together. And you'll see what I mean about the dollar store manager and the Dairy Queen. You know, she cute. She work at Dairy Queen. You know, the local drug dealer wants to take her out. But again, Rashida, it makes sense because, again, she just looked like she has that look where she wasn't destined to go far in life. And I know that sounds kind of mean, but, you know, it's Sagittarius season. We got to be blunt with it. She kind of looked like Janelle Monáe a little bit, if you think about it. Then when she got pregnant by him, like, how many kids do they have already? And then when she had that most recent child, I was done with her. Because I really thought that she was going to, you know, get some sense and stop dealing with Kirk. Because wasn't he cheating on her and shit? Look at that Adam's apple. It actually, like, is sunken down into his throat. Like, it's too heavy for it to even sit up. Wait a minute, K. Michelle dealt with him? Wait a minute, did she? I can't remember. Was K. Michelle in the same Love and Hip Hop with them? Yeah, Kirk reminds me of Why Hip Tim. It's like they have the same type of character, that loser mentality. I agree. I think Rashida is a pick-me. Because again, if it wasn't for whoever put her in that one video with the Yin Yang twins and then her little bubblegum video, she would be working at the Dairy Queen, you know, serving the soft serve cones, doing the little twist on the cone and shit. She would have that shit on, you know, Fleek know how to do all that. You know, she be doing the chili dogs and all that stuff, be real good with it. But yeah, she's one of them ones that slipped through the cracks, and I'm talking about in the wrong way. She went the wrong way through the cracks. She was supposed to stay at Dairy Queen, but somehow, some way, she was able to slip through the cracks. Kirk was able to, you know, ride her coattails with her. So we got two people, you know, we're talking about, you know, these are people that get up early when Walmart's wait a minute, Walmart does have sales, right? We talking about people that get up early when Walmart's having a sale. Everything in their kitchen is Walmart brand, just about, unless those cameras are rolling. But they strike me as those type of people. It don't matter. She like, Tyson, Walmart, it's all chicken wings to me. I'm like, So yeah, it makes sense about the pick-me. Like you said, Indigo said Rashida be working at Dairy Queen with Gunika, bad attitude and all. I still don't understand how Idris Elba and K. Michelle... No, I do understand. Let me stop, because Idris Elba is a Virgo at the end of the day. They do that shit. He wanted a hot-to-trot little Pop-Tart, and that's what she called her shit, too. You remember that? And remember that one guy came out and said that, that's right, K. Michelle, she had a reputation for having a little stank box. And she called it her... She didn't call it her Pop-Tart, she called it her Hot Pocket. And I'm like, that's not helping your case, honey. You already have a rumor out there that your cooch stink, and now you're calling it your hot pocket? No. Hot pockets. But yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. With Idris Elba being a Virgo, a lot of them, they want women that can be like, real whorish in the bed. But I bet you he didn't take her seriously for 1 minute. You could tell he's a complicated ass Virgo. They said it smelled hot too. How your pussy gonna be broken? Either it's fresh or it's sour, bitch. Either it's fresh or it's rotten. She did have a booty reduction. Nah, for real, Big Alchemy, she called it her hot pocket. I'm like, why would you set yourself up for even more shade by calling it your hot pocket? You said, well, she is a Pisces. Damn, that's messed up. You said pussy and booty broke. Damn. But yeah, some women got that problem. And it's like, I've heard sometimes it could be a generational curse where it's passed down from, mother to daughter, daughter to granddaughter, and all types of stuff. And then some men just like that stuff. Some men like it like that. Then they go say, we went from hard ass butts to hot ass stinky pussies, right? That's what I was looking for, the name of that brand, Great Value. That's what I'm saying. They got the Great Value with chicken wing. And no offense to people that buy Great Value. I'm just trying to drive a point home. They got the Great Value chicken wings. They got the Great Value white bread. They got the Great Value pancake syrup. They got the Great Value ice cream. They got the Great Value popcorn. Great Value make everything and shit. Shoot, I need to buy some stock in Great Value. Especially with Kirk and Rashida going there every week. She even got the Great Value Pampers and shit. Feel sorry for them kids. Kids be leaking. Great Value deodorant only lasts half a day. Do they have Great Value deodorant? They gotta. Let me look this up. Does Walmart have Great Value deodorant? That would be a funny ass prank on somebody. Like, okay, I'm gonna say Walmart brand. Y'all want to know how to prank somebody, especially a woman that's bougie and shit? Wait till she has some special event. Especially if she get on your nerves. You know how sometimes if you got a group of your girlfriends and there's one mutual friend that all of y'all really don't like that, she might think that her shit don't stink. She might think that she a little uppity and stuff like that. Well, you know how some of these bougie bitches, they'll have a registry and they'll be like, I want you to get me everything from Williams and Sonoma or Crate and Barrel or whatever, little bougie store they have. Well, instead, just make the theme party all about Great Value or Dollar General or whatever. Great Value would be better because everything that you buy will have Great Value on it. Wait, I'm still looking to see if they got Great Value deodorant. Oh, I get it. Oh, I'm up to the game. Great Value is the food and the kitchen supplies. When it comes to the grooming and the healthcare products, you have Equate. So Rashida and Kirk, they got in their bathroom, everything's Equate. They got the Equate deodorant. She got the Equate tampon. She'd be like, Kirk, go to the store and get me some of them tampons. He come back with Equate. No, one day he made a mistake. He came back with Playtex. She was like, she threw that shit back at him. She was like, you better go get them Equates. And again, those Equates, you got to stick two of them up in there because it's just not absorbent enough. Some people really believe that every generic component or every generic, what would you say, substitute is exactly the same as the brand name. That's not true all the time. Sometimes it is like that. Like baking soda, yeah. You can get away with Equate or Great Value baking soda. Vinegar, white vinegar, yeah, you can get away with Great Value. I think I got some Great Value white vinegar up in my cabinet right now, or Kroger vinegar. That's different. But if you think you're going to get by with some Great Value tampons or some Equate tampons, come on now. If you think that Equate deodorant is going to work as good as Secret, I don't think so. If you think that Great Value water tastes as good as, you know, that name brand bottled water you be getting, I don't think so. So you can't just substitute everything. But tell that to Rashida and Kirk. They don't want to hear it. You know they got the Equate condoms. They're only good for 3 strokes. Next thing you know, it's all over. They go through a whole pack of condoms just in 15 minutes. They got the Equate condoms. She got the Equate douche. You said Voss ain't Great Value. Who be drinking Voss? Voss look like a bottle of hair conditioner. That's why I can't get my lips around Voss. And the hole in that bottle is just too wide for me. I don't want to feel like I have to put in work giving somebody head just to be drinking some Voss water. But that's what I feel like when I put my mouth on that Voss bottle. I feel like I'm, sucking. I'm like, shit, I might as well do the real thing. Have some fun out of the deal. Oh, you drink Voss. So you drink that bougie water, huh? But I mean, if my memory serves me correctly, because I haven't drank Voss in years, but that opening is a little too wide. Like, it's going to feel like you put it in some of that work, that head game. Exactly. Giving men erections at work. Your mouth all extra wide, wrapped around the opening of the bottle. Then they hear that gung, 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 gung. And you know what they imagine. They be like, yeah, drink. They be like, swallow every drop. They just be imagining, yeah, get it. Just swallow. They be like, and that's how some of these men be thinking like that. You drinking a bottle of water, they thinking about you swallowing their seed and shit. They be like, God damn, look how she swallowed that water. Gung, 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 gung. Don't let you be in there with a popsicle, a banana. That's all a man needs to see. Lord have mercy. Sometimes it just be a lollipop and one of them dumb lollipops. That's all they need to get a boner sometimes. Connect says, since we talk about hygiene, ladies, Dove Dry Invisible Spray is the best deodorant. Oh, spray. So you're a spray deodorant woman. You don't really hear about people using spray deodorants. But I'm going to try it out because I like trying different deodorants to see which one is going to be really good. What do I have now? I got 2 types. I got I don't have Secret. I have to admit, I got Suave. Suave is on that economy level, but at least it's not Equate. So I got Suave right now, I think. And then I got Tom's. Because Tom's got, Tom's is that organic deodorant. And my armpits, I have to admit, I don't know what had been going on in the past year with me, but my armpits used to itch something terrible. I'm like, what is that all about? I was thinking it was my deodorant. But I never had a problem with itching before. So I actually stopped shaving my armpits. I know some of these men will be horrified to hear. Some women will be horrified to hear that too. Like if I showed you what my armpits look like right now, everybody would run out the building screaming bloody murder. But if I shave my armpits, they're going to start itching again, especially when I put on that deodorant. So I stopped shaving them. And sometimes they still itch. And I don't know what is going on with my extra sensitive armpits, but yeah, they be itching sometimes. And I'd be like, and that's what made me buy that Tom's. Because I was like, maybe Tom's, because they're more natural, they're going to, I won't be dealing with that itchiness. And the other day when I was in the shower, I was like, maybe I should shave my armpits. And I was like, no. Oh, I remember Tussie. Tussie. Why would they call a deodorant Tussie? That sounds just too close to that P word. I think they still sell Tussie at the dollar store, don't they? Big Alchemy said, I use Schmidt's Coal Magne. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Bougie. I use Schmidt's Coal Magnesium Aluminum Free Natural Deodorant Stick for the distinguished gentleman. Yeah. But charcoal is a good deodorizer, so I see where you're going with that. And it's aluminum free. That aluminum is probably what's making me itch. But yeah, that Tussie. Remember they had Tickle too? I couldn't even bring myself to put Tussie on the counter at a store. I don't care if that was the last deodorant on the planet. I'm not buying Tussie. I'm going to just go home, get some soap, and put it under my armpits. I think I told y'all about that before, that little trick. If you ever go out the house and you forget to put deodorant on, because sometimes it happens to the best of us. When you get to work or wherever you're going with your destination, excuse yourself, go into the restroom before it's too late, before them armpits start kicking, and just get some liquid soap. Don't use water, and just put that liquid soap on your armpits. You'll be fine for the rest of the day. That's your remedy. So yeah, if Tussie was like the last deodorant brand, I'm not buying it, because then somebody would have me on their camera phone, and then I'd be on YouTube, and they'd be like, the last person to buy Tussie deodorant or something. I would be made a laughing stock, so I'm not going to set myself up like that. You said key lime is good for deodorant. Key lime is good in my mouth. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about key lime pie. Oh my God, I might have to break my fast and get me some birthday breakfast. Because it's 6:32 where I'm at, y'all. And there's 57 people up in here. I'm doing like a marathon birthday session. This is dope. Connect said, my granny has no body hair. Wow, she's lucky. Barely even eyebrows. I'm so jealous. Now, I don't know about the eyebrow thing, but it must be nice to have smooth body. Like, if you see my arm hair, you would think I was a man. Like, I'm just hairy like that. But yeah, sometimes I used to wonder, like, is that are certain men grossed out by my arm hair? Some of you men in here, is arm hair on a female a turn off for y'all? And I'm not talking about some light shit. I'm talking about where especially like my arm hair is not that thick, but when my arm gets wet, that's where you can really see the arm hair, and it just lays on my arm. It does look kind of like Jesus. Like, were you born a man? I got that type of arm hair. So for some men, is that, I heard sometimes men find that to be a turnoff. So have men been disgusted with me all my life? I only shaved my arms once in my life, and that was a big mistake. But yeah, let me come out the pool. You gonna see like this, all this arm hair just laying down all like laid. And I don't know if, I'm grossing some men out with that arm hair. But you know what? Any man that would be grossed out by my arm hair is not a man that I would want to be with anyway. I'll say that. The leg hair, I could kind of see a man being grossed out just because the way they've been conditioned. So you're saying men in Europe would love me? Really? Like, I'm trying to see. My arm hair is like, at least, you would say it's like, well, I don't even know. I don't know how to measure centimeters like that, but it's pretty damn long. Malcolm said, I shaved my arms when I was 13 and it grew back super thick. Yeah, I don't know why people be saying if you shave, it's not going to grow back super thick. It's a myth. That's a lie. No, I can't braid it. That's ridiculous. But I can easily grab it and yeah, I could grab it. I could even measure it with like a little ruler. Like, it's going to be like centimeters long. I will say that. But yeah, I stopped caring so much about stuff like that because I'm like, obviously the universe or God or whoever created me wanted me to have armpit hair, wanted me to have leg hair, wanted me to have arm hair. Why am I going through all this, especially since I don't have a man? Now, if I had a man, it'd be different. I wouldn't be having armpit hair unless he liked it like that. Some men don't mind. My dad actually dated a woman that didn't shave her armpits one time. And I remember when I first saw her hairy ass armpits as a kid, I was horrified. I was like, I couldn't believe it. Because again, I grew up, like my mom always shaved her armpits. So seeing a woman that, and she was cute too. And I'm talking about, she was the type, she would wear tank tops and she wouldn't shave her armpits. She was just like that. I mean, she was from Camden, New Jersey. So, you know, some of them are a little rough around the edges like that. I was thinking that was like some hood shit. But yeah, she would wear tank tops and everything, wouldn't shave her armpits. I was like, wow. But my dad still liked her. Well, she had a banging ass body. That's why my dad tolerated that armpit hair. But it's a shame when we look at something with disgust that's so natural. And I'm not talking about anything like bodily waste, but I'm talking about, you know, hair on the body. That's so natural. But then again, I get grossed out seeing hair on a man's back. That's gross to me. So can I really get mad if a man is grossed out by the hair on my arm? Connect said, my mom never shaved, but her hair is so fine you could barely tell it's even there. She said all her men loved it. Thank you so much, Big Alchemy. Janelle said, I'm over here shaving. I trim very low because ain't nobody got time for that. Because I'm single and no sex partner, right? I'm like, shit, why shave at all? But you never know who you might meet in the grocery store. Y'all get it on real quick in the car. I don't know. Actually, I did used to think like that. That just shows you how wild I was. Like back when I was young, I stayed shaved because I never knew when an opportunity would come to get some dick. Like, matter of fact, I remember one night, I might have told y'all this, but this was like a Greek picnic. So Philly would have the Greek picnic, and that's when all the black colleges and sororities would get together, and then regular people would get together. They would meet at what was the name of that park? Damn, I forget the name of that park that everybody would meet at. But they would call it the Plateau too. But it was called a certain type of park. And then they would take it to South Street. Like, it was like Philly was popping all over during the Greek picnic. You could go to several areas, and then they had different clubs and stuff like this. And wait, I'm trying to think, what's the moral of the story? Oh, this was when I had that little one night stand with this real muscle bound dude. Did I tell y'all about that? Where we met each other in the hotel lobby and we barely said anything. And next thing you know, like I'm in his hotel room and he has me up against the wall. Like he's lifting me up, that type of shit. Like, I think that was the first time that I experienced that type of sex where the man has, you know, he lifts you up and he's like giving it to you while he's carrying, like he's holding you in the air and shit. I had that type of dude. And yes, he called me after the fact. I wanted it to just be a one night stand Greek picnic type of sexcapade, but he wanted more. I do remember him being from New York. He might have been a tourist because the way he was built, like again, he had a nice body. I wasn't really used to dealing with men that was like built like that. So I'll say that he had a body of like a mini bodybuilder. You could tell he was in the gym all the time. But when I tell you he wore me out, and I mean it, like we didn't hardly say shit to each other. Like, I don't even know if we got each other's names. He must have got my number because he called me like a few days later. And I remember thinking like, why are you calling me? You're in New York. I'm in, this is when I was still living in Jersey. I was like, you're in New York. I'm in Jersey. I don't know what you're trying to do. Like, but yeah, that was one of the funnest times in my life. Like, and that's Sagittarius. Some of us, we just throw caution to the wind and we just have like this great time. And again, he had to be good for me to be remembering this far back. I'm talking about this was like 1995 probably. But yeah, that was a good ass time. Like sometimes you just need to get it like that where, not much is said between the two of you, but y'all got this unspoken agreement. Y'all have this mutual passion going on, and then it's just boom, it's just on. And then that's all that there is. There's nothing else to talk about. No breakfast, no midnight snack, no drinks, nothing. Just pure fucking like two freaking apes and shit, and getting that shit on, and then going about your merry fucking way at the end of the night. And then you always got that memory. There's no heartbreak. There's no, pain involved. There's no like, oh God, what if I'm, falling in love with this dude? No, sometimes you just need to get your shit off. But some women can't do that because they get emotionally attached. As a Sagittarius, I never had that problem. I had the problem with these men becoming attached to me sometimes. So yeah. Now, granted, I've been, of course I've been in love and stuff, but I'm talking about if I set out to make it a one night stand or just a one hitter quitter, it was no feelings getting involved. I didn't have to have feelings for you. We just had some fun, and it was one of my adventures, and I moved on. And that was that. No guilt, no nothing. And then I would even write down, like I used to write down the number of sex partners, and then it got to a point where I just stopped counting after a while. I was just like, it don't even make a difference at this point. Just know that I have loved throughout my life. Yes. Yes. So yeah, that's why, again, I could be at this stage in my life. I could still look at a fine ass man. Like I saw this fine ass man walking into the grocery store the other day. And thank God I don't have that desire, because I probably would have been like, damn, I need to get my ass together. But he was fine. I can't even describe what he looked like. But when fine, it's like I just know it when I see it. All right, let's get away from this, dollar store couple, and we'll just end the night with one more image. Who else can we pull up? Oh, I said we already did Trina. Uptight Trina. I wonder what happened to her growing up to make her so uptight. Jermaine Jackson. Oh my God. Let's look at Jermaine. Okay. So remember I said Sagittarius. I didn't realize Jermaine Jackson is a Sagittarius. But remember I said Sagittarius could be way too over the top. So let's look at Jermaine Jackson, because his hair has been over the top for years. And I still can't figure out what type of shellac he be putting in that shit. So let's look at Jermaine Jackson. Oh, Lord. That's actually where his hair ain't even looking that bad. Now, growing up, Jermaine was sexy. And he did have he had a lot of hair. And that is very Sag. A lot of Sagittarius have a lot of hair. The one sign that could give Leo, look at his hair here. Wow. Look at Jermaine Jackson back in the day. I'm about to post this, but then we're going to post his new hairdo. Like I'll say he started wearing this hairdo from the 90s on with that shellac. But this is him back in the day, looking all pimperish. I love Jermaine's voice when he was in the Jackson 5, because he had that gruffy, gritty type of voice. And Michael sounded like a kid. Michael had a great voice, of course. But Jermaine, for those girls that were budding, in puberty and stuff, the girls took notice to Jermaine. Even my mom used to talk about Jermaine, because it was my mom that introduced me to the Jackson 5, of course, when I was growing up. She would be like, Jermaine got that voice. And I agree. He had that, I wouldn't say it was like a baritone that he had, but he had that scruffy voice that had that sex appeal to it. So Michael Jackson, he was for the little girls. Jermaine Jackson was for, those teens that, they starting to really get into like who they are and all that type of stuff. Now let me pull up this picture of him. Y'all gotta see this hair. So this is before. And again, Jermaine was cute as hell. What the hell happened? Did Michael happen to him? Yeah, Jermaine was hot. Jackie was hot too. Indigo said Jermaine used motor oil for grease. So Jermaine, with that's that Sagittarius. So again, Leo can have a lot of hair, but Sagittarius can have a lot of hair too. So Jermaine is showing it right there. So you said he looks like Janet right there? Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. You said before the fuckery. Didn't Jermaine, wasn't he involved in some skin? Is he the one that his wife died, or am I thinking of Tito? Is Jermaine the one where his wife got murdered, or was that Tito Jackson? Yeah, that's one of them blowouts, but where, I think that's a blowout, but that was also used with rollers. I don't think that's a relaxer in his hair, because you could still see where it's, texture. So I think it's a blowout, and I think they just curled it with those rollers and had him sit under the dryer. Like, you might as well say that's a wet set, but with the biggest rollers you can find. Because with a lot of wet sets, those regular size rollers, it's going to make you have that crinkly looking hair. But he might have had a wet set where he had like rollers that were the size of soda cans. That's how you get that type of look. Indigo said, I hate that they mess with their noses. And they had the worst plastic surgeon in the world. Okay, so it was Tito and Jermaine's wife? What? Yeah, didn't the brothers do that weird ass shit where they married somebody's ex-wife or something? He married Barry Gordy. Okay. That's my alarm. That's my alarm to wake up, y'all. This is ridiculous. I can't believe y'all got me on this live for so long. Oh my God, Undercover. I didn't notice that you cashed at me. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for all the love, y'all. Thank you so much. Wow. And to think I was going to have to get a bunch of great value groceries this month. It's like, I'm just playing. No great value yet. I might pick up some great value straws so I can sip my cherry Coke with it. But yeah. I know that the time I have to start buying everything in great value, or I got to do my grocery shopping at Family Dollar, that's when I know I better be on the whole stroll. I better go and get some of that Tussie deodorant and get my ass on the whole stroll. Shoot. My bill said, girl, what else are we doing for your birthday? I said I was about to get some breakfast. I should take y'all with me to get me some breakfast. I'll bring my laptop. We'll go for a ride. Oh, but let's pull up Jermaine Jackson with this. What would you call this? Fruit roll up hair, fruit by the foot hair. Damn, look at this. Just wait till y'all see this picture. He looks like a tree trunk. Oh my God. He looks like Groot. Remember Groot from the Avengers? That was his name? And what other movie? What's that other movie? The Guardians of the Galaxy? He looks like Groot, or whatever that little thing is in this picture I'm about to show y'all. This is just messed up. I don't know what happened to Jermaine. He looked like a tree stump. Somebody carved a face into. He looked like that Indian on that pemmican stuff, or what is it, that beef jerky? Like, he could be the package of beef jerky. Oh my God, talk about cracking lips. Now my lips are cracking. See, we're gonna have to close shit out on this shit. Hey Mickey, thank you for the birthday wishes. Black cotton candy. Oprah's a Sag rising. That's why she's so big. That's why she had the weight problems. Not all Sag rising will have weight problems, but some. He does look like a burnt eraser. Look at that. Somebody said that fire sign energy. That is not right. Don't put that on the fire signs. We don't have nothing to do with that shit. Lord have mercy. Damn, Jermaine. What the hell is going on? Why his face look like it's made out of petrified wood? No, what he looked like? He looked like that furniture that your grandparents had, and it would have like, different like carvings in it and shit like that. That's what he got. That face alone. And what complexion is that? I don't even know anybody that looks that color. What is that? Burnt orange? Remember they would have a burnt sienna crayon in the crayon? He's burnt sienna. Freeze curl. Big and fanatic. Oh yeah, that's that big and what do they call it? The henna. Exactly. He looks like some banged up wood furniture. Yes, he does look like pecan wood. He looks like pecan wood. That's just sad. And what is he? Are those supposed to be finger waves on the side? What does he have? Half of a do-rag that he puts on at night? Yup, we're still up inquiring mind. We doing the birthday marathon live stream. And I had to just double check. I was like, is the monetization on? But with these live streams, I get limited monetization because of my mouth. Unfortunately. Indigo said he looked like his face about to crack at any moment. That's sad. He be scaring his grandkids and shit. They be like, Dad, why grandpa look like that? Did y'all ever see that? See, some of y'all people from the old school, y'all remember that movie Creepshow 2? Remember when that Native American statue just came to life and killed those boys that robbed the store? Yeah, he looked like that. He looked like that Native American statue that came to life. Old Chief Wood. His name was Old Chief Woodenhead. Damn. Leatherface. Damn, I'm just like, that does look like some boot leather, right? You can make a belt, a pair of boots, and some leather gloves out of his face. And you won't even need to polish them. They come polished already. And then with his hair, you can make an alligator belt. Oh, Jermaine. Lord have mercy. Can you imagine what his pillow looked like? But then again, that shit look kind of dry. So maybe he's just leaving dark marks on the pillow. Maybe it's not grease. But it looks like he uses that. Remember, what did they have? They had the Dax. Remember Dax? They had Dax pomade. Remember they had Murray's? And then there was another one. There was New Nile. Remember New Nile? Now, my white viewers, y'all don't know nothing about this stuff more than likely. Because this is black people hairdressing. And, they would call it hairdressing. But the ones that come in the round can, they had the Dax, and this shit is some thick ass grease. It's so thick they call it pomade. They don't even call it grease. But you know what I'm talking about. He got all three of them up in there. He got the Dax up in there. He got the New Nile and the Murray's. Just mixing it all together. And you know how hard that shit is to wash out. He got a hot comb that shit out. But yeah, that's what they would call it hairdressing. And then that other one, what was it, the Ultra Sheen, they would call it hair food. I'm like, come on now, y'all know good and well that's just some damn hair grease. Hairdressing, hair food. I'll tell you what used to stink, that sulfur 8. Oh my God. And also that magic shave. Does anybody buy magic shave? Oh, Royal Crown, that was another one. He got the 4 can special. I forgot to mention, he got the Royal Crown. That's for the top. He uses the Royal Crown for the top. He invented the Got to Be spray. I never tried Got to Be. Is that real stiff? You still use sulfur 8? Isn't that for like dandruff? For it, like, I think it's medicated. That stuff's some strong ass stuff. Blue Magic. Yup. Remember, then they had Light Touch. My mom used to love Light Touch. Because she's an Aquarius. My mom liked anything that was on the light end. So even when it came to like foods and stuff, like beverages, she always would buy lemonade. But when Light Touch came on the scene, that's what she would buy. And that Light Touch, they might call it Light Touch, but it's greasy as hell. I wonder if you could still buy Light Touch. Let me look. Light Touch hair grease. See, they call it hair grease. Oh, remember the Bronner Brothers too? A lot of y'all had the Bronner Brothers Super Grow hair grease in your bathroom cabinet. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't even see Light Touch anymore. Wow. And then what was that? Y'all remember? Oh shit. Now we're really reminiscing. What was that? It was that hair grease that had all this. It had like stems and seeds in it. And back in the day, it came out like in the 90s. And we really thought we was doing some healthy shit. Oh, don't get me started on the pink oil moisturizer. That's the worst shit for your hair, hands down. That will just make your hair start breaking off. I heard a couple of y'all talk about Blue Magic and how it's so good. But yeah, that pink lotion now just make your hair just like start breaking off. But what was that? It was that hair grease and it had all the little ingredients in it. It had sticks and stones and break my bones up in there. And what was that called? And we really thought we was doing something for our hair back then, like that natural shit. Was it called Indian hemp? Was that what it was? Somebody said yes, it was stank. Indian hemp grease. I gotta look that up. Cause yeah, we really thought we was doing something back then with that Indian hemp grease. And that was just a bunch of grease with some dirt in it. Yeah, they were trying to say it promotes hair growth, all that type of stuff. Bullshit. Most of this stuff don't. I'll tell you what promotes hair growth. Biotin. That biotin, you could take it as a vitamin. They got biotin vitamins. You know the vitamins, hair, skin, and nails. That's their main ingredient, biotin. You don't need no Indian hemp to have your hair strong and to grow and all that type of stuff. But yeah, we went through an evolution of black hair care products. It was pretty sad and dismal in the beginning. And yeah, that damn hair grease. If only we knew what we knew now. Most of us would have still had our edges. No, I'm just playing. I know most of us in this chat still have our edges because we know how to take care of our hair. Green Bean said my prenatal vitamins got my hair growing. Yeah, I think they put biotin in the prenatal. Super Grow. I remember Super Grow. Yeah, that was by the Bronner Brothers. Softy. I remember Softy. It was like that light white color. But then they had different kinds. Hell yeah, pink lotion is trash. But at one point, every black woman was using, black men were using that pink lotion too. What got us on that? And then what rescued us from it? But yeah, that pink lotion, do they even still make that? And it was called Luster's Pink Oil Moisturizer. These hair care companies, they didn't know what the hell they were doing back then. Luster's Pink Oil Moisturizer. I should talk about horror stories. And then remember when women would put too much of that in their hair, and then their hair wouldn't even move anymore and be hella greasy looking? Exactly. Every black woman went, that was like a rite of passage back then. That pink oil moisturizer. It was like, this is part of your initiation. You know, you're going to have some split ends, you're going to have some hair breakage, but this is how you got to be. This is part of the black woman experience. Pink oil moisturizer. Nowadays, they got all types of hair products. It's amazing how far the whole black hair care market has gone. It's amazing. Now it's overwhelming. Oh, they think they're going to be cute now with the new packaging. No, they ain't. I'm about to go to their website and file a complaint. They actually got a website, y'all, and they think if they do this new packaging, let me show y'all what pink oil lusters. Now they don't, look, they still got it. Look at that. I'm going to go back. That's amazing. So there's still some people out there that still use it, obviously. But come on, you might be able to change the packaging, but if it's the same formula, you're not fooling me. And that stuff didn't even smell that good either. Hair products should always smell really good. And that pink oil moisturizer, it didn't smell like Harley. It didn't smell good at all. I think that's what Jermaine Jackson is still using in his hair. Oh my God, those ridges on the side. That is absolutely horrible. All right, so here's their product line now, just dealing with the pink. Actually, that's the Sheen spray. Oh my God, do y'all remember that too? Oil Sheen. Remember Oil Sheen? I don't think that's good for your hair either. Right? We should file a class action lawsuit against them. He did have the crimps and the ridges, didn't he? But yeah, we need to file a lawsuit, y'all, against a bunch of these companies. They already going after Uncle. Like, we might as well just take advantage of this whole Black Lives Matter shit. Because they were going after Uncle Ben's. They was going after Aunt Jemima. Who's another one that they was talking about in terms of the packaging and stuff. ISO Plus, I remember. At first, I thought you was talking about that baby formula. What is the baby formula? Look, it's probably the same shit up in there. Probably had crack in both. They had the ISO Plus for the hair, and then they had the ISO Mill for the babies. Both had crack in it. Now you know how the crack epidemic grew wild in the black community. No, I bet you got some pro-black people that if I could tell them that, they would actually believe me. Because that's how crazy some of these pro-blacks are. I could sit there and tell them, you remember that ISO Mill? Remember that ISO Plus? Yeah, they were putting crack in both of those products. Yup, Enfamil. The ISO Mill, wasn't it the soy? That was the soy milk formula. Yeah, we need to just sue everybody, and we need to really just play this black card to the hilt. How else were we done wrong? We was done wrong with the hair products. We was done wrong with, I'll say this, Kentucky Fried Chicken used us for years to make money. We didn't see a cut of that. Basically, black people kept Kentucky Fried Chicken in business, and I'm not even talking about in terms of them buying it all the time. We was always up in their commercials. Proactive is a scam, so maybe we should sue them too. We do chicken right. Come on now. you know good and well that was written by a black person, that song. First of all, Luther Vandross got his start writing commercial jingles, so he might have wrote one of those KFC commercials. Back then, they didn't even call it KFC. They called it Kentucky Fried Chicken. But remember that old school, we do chicken right? You know who they was trying to market that shit to. They was marketing that to the blacks. We need to sue KFC at this point for the heart disease, the diabetes that we have, all this stuff. Because again, y'all used us as pawns in the game. We do chicken right. Come on now. They know that we respond to music. Then they would have like the 2-piece with the biscuit for what, $1.50 and shit. Knowing good and well black people don't have money like that. Next thing you know, diabetes on the rise, heart disease on the rise, obesity on the rise. We do chicken right. Oh yes. Wait, I gotta remember. Let me try to pull that. See, if I pull the video up, YouTube's gonna be like, but yeah, how did that go? She was like, some chicken and lettuce and tuna. It was something about the fried chicken wrap or something. I ain't gonna lie, that beat was kind of banging that Mary was singing over. But yeah, they got married. They got married. And remember I was saying, I was like, she that Capricorn. She all about the bag. She all about the coins. So she'll do a little selling out. She was like, fried chicken, some biscuits. I wish I could remember the lyrics to that song. Maybe I could find it. Mary J's KFC song. If we saw, look, here it go right. Oh, it was Burger King. It wasn't KFC. It was Burger King that she did that shit with. Here it go right here. Hopefully I can play it before they be like. Come on now.
Exciting things are happening at Burger King.
Welcome to Burger King.
What's in those new chicken snack wraps? What's in the new
What's
chicken
in the new
snack?
chicken wraps?
Mary?
Crispy chicken.
Yeah. Hey. Get it, Mary.
The new chicken snack wraps. Come and get it at Burger King.
I gotta hear that one more time.
Those new chicken snack wraps. What's in the new
What's
chicken
in the new
snack?
chicken wraps?
Mary?
Crispy chicken.
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, three cheeses, fresh rice and wrapped up in love. Tasty, flour, tortilla, crispy chicken, wrapped up in love.
The new chicken snack wraps. Come and get it.
Wait. Did she do that video before she got with Kendu or after? I have to admit, she sang the shit out of that chicken sandwich song, that chicken wrap song. I gotta hear it one more time.
Chicken wraps.
Mary?
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, three cheeses, fresh rice and wrapped up in love. Tasty, flour, tortilla, crispy chicken, wrapped up in love.
Chicken snack wraps.
She put her foot in that.
At Burger
It does slap. For real, it really does. So I gotta give it to her. She put her thing down on that. She probably got a lifetime in them chicken wraps until they discontinued that. Yeah, I was talking about that contemplating key. Like if you put too much of that pink lotion on, your hair would stop moving. It would just be limp and it'd be hella greasy. Right? And again, that song, listening to that song years later, I ain't gonna lie, that song slaps. Just like somebody said. I'm like, hey, I might have to hear that a couple more times before I go to sleep. Crispy chicken, tossed lettuce, 3 cheeses. I was like, yeah. Wrapped up in a... But y'all, they've been using us for years to sell food, to sell music, to sell clothes, to sell whatever. Crispy chicken. So did she do that when she was with Kendu? I wonder if Kendu put her up to that. Oh, that's Mary J. Blige singing that chicken song. Crispy chicken. Yeah, who gets her in here? Probably her sister. Her and her sister are real tight, and they look a lot alike. So I would think that maybe her sister has kids, and maybe she has, her nieces and nephews in her sister's will. Zawina said, I had a bath, cooked, took a nap, and you still on live, right? You said old neck bone looking ass. Said only we would play a commercial song before we go to bed because we like it. Exactly. Crispy chicken wrapped up in a. She is a horrible actress. Remember that movie she was in? What was it called? I can't even remember, but Q-Tip was in it too. It was horrible. They should have saved their money on that one. It is painful to watch. It's painful to watch her dance sometimes, but I gotta give her respect for that because she does that Capricorn type of dance. Like, she really be putting in some work. I wish, can I put, let me see if I can find, hold on. I got something for y'all. If I could find it. Crispy chicken wrapped up in a crispy chicken, tossed lettuce, 3 pickles. Crispy chicken. All right. I think we're going to close out with this image right here. Mary, take me home. Mary be dancing like her life depends on it. Crispy chicken. Look at that. She be putting in that work. Look at that. Yep, Mary is an 11, which explains why she ended up being in that predicament with Kendu. She putting in that work, boy. She earning those coins. Indigo said Mary dances like she drunk and got ants in her pants, right? And if you notice, she wears pants a lot as opposed to dresses and skirts, and that's very Capricorn. Like Leo was the same way. A lot of Capricorns. You said who danced better than her or Trina? Oh, Mary got it hands down. At least Mary can move. Trina act like she can't even move with her stiff ass. Hell yeah, Mary dances better than Trina. Actually, some of Mary's moves I kind of like. I like that she's able to have her own signature dance like that. Yeah, she sure did date Casey from back in the day. Roxanne said, my man gonna talk shit when his Scorpio ass wake up and see me doing the same shit I was doing when he fell asleep, not giving him attention. Oh God, when he waking up, I can't wait. I love drama. Tell him I said hi. And tell him I'd be like, she's my bitch now. You said Cap girls can dance. Well, Mary, again, I'm not going to say, it's not like Mary don't have rhythm or anything. It's just that, she a little bit, extra with the effort. Like somebody, pointing a gun at her, talking about, bitch, you better dance for your money. You better dance for your food. And Capricorns, everything got to be a struggle. So even her dancing is a struggle. It looks like she's struggling. But yeah, I dig that she has her own style. That's what's up. But I'm like, what's up with that kicking of the leg? She does that a lot. I'm going to try to find another one. Damn, look at it. Y'all got to see this one. She just tired in this one. But that's the problem. When you dance that hard, you're going to be tired before the concert's even over. Damn. Mary damn near killed herself. Yo, it's 7 o'clock, y'all. What is wrong with me? It must really be my birthday. Go, girl. It's your birthday. I know you're thirsty. Say ah. And we don't buy no drinks at the bar. We pop champagne because we got that dough. Let me hear you say ah. Let me hear you say ah. Go, girl. It's your birthday. I know you're thirsty. And we don't buy no drinks at the bar. All right, where is she at? Oh, here she is. Look at her here. Like, this is what happens when you dance all hard in the first half hour of your show. Then, halfway through the show, you doing this. Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, yeah, let's get to 100 likes for my birthday. Thank you. Look at her. All that hard dancing. Thank you so much, Zawina. And again, I'm going to just post my Cash App one last time right here in case y'all want to send me some birthday love. You're not obligated. Y'all just staying up with me is enough birthday love. But if you want to add a little icing to the birthday cake, you could do that as well. Thank you very much. But yeah, look at this. This is what happens when you're doing all that hard dancing in the first 10 minutes of your concert. Mary don't have any kids. She has said that she can't have kids because she got some type of issue with her ovaries, from what I heard. And it shows up in her chart. So it makes sense. Who is that she's dancing with? And who is that? Why she look... Wait till I show y'all this. Who is this? Is that Regina Hall? Hold on. Y'all let me know, because something's not right here. And why does she look like she just got out of a fight? Unless I missed something. All right, look at this, y'all. All right, bye, Mary. That is so weird. It is daylight outside. Daylight. I wake up feeling like you won't do right. What is wrong with this woman? Look. Can somebody please explain what's going on here? I must have missed what was going on here. Is this like acting or what? Here it comes. Is that Regina Hall? And why it look like she got beat up? Oh, she was being funny. Okay. That's Regina Hall. I thought, like, she looks convincing. I thought something happened to her. Wow. Why it look like she lightened her skin too over the years? Okay. So yeah, I didn't get that joke, but I must have missed it. But yeah, I thought that was real at first. I was about to say, yo, what the hell happened to her? But she does strike me as unstable in some ways. I gotta say that. Who is this? All right, so we're just gonna get ready and close out because I really gotta go to sleep at least so I can have my birthday dinner without being all tired. So I'm gonna leave y'all with something to chew on. And I just want to thank this man for showing me a lot of love. And, he's giving me applause right now. So he said, good job, good job. And actually, this is for everybody out there. So even if you didn't accomplish all your goals this year like you wanted to, if the Rona got in your way, the ether got in the way with what you were trying to accomplish, I'm pretty sure there was some things that you did that you didn't do last year, or there was some things that you were able to accomplish considering the circumstances. So everybody deserves a big hand of applause this year. So I'm just happy that we've made it. And I know the year's not over yet, but damn it, we've been through a wild ride. So everybody deserves an applause right now. So everybody, give yourself a hand, give everybody else a hand. And I just want to thank everybody, give everybody some applause for sticking with me through this long ass live stream where it's been actually like 2 live streams in one. So everybody deserves some applause. All of y'all are like ride or die. Love y'all to death. And I'm going to get some beauty sleep so I can wake up and get my nice dinner. Again, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going, but I'll let y'all know when I get back next time I go live or whatever like that. And I just hope everybody enjoys their weekend and enjoys the rest of this month. And of course, we have that great conjunction coming up on December 21st. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as well. If you would like a reading, you could go to my website at Rahbinah.com and I'll be at your service. And also, like I said, I will be putting on my New Year's Eve. I think this will be my 3rd annual New Year's Eve party. And this one is going to be taking place earlier this year, probably by on the 27th instead of the 31st. Thank you so much, Tara, and thank you again for everybody that sent the super chats, that wished me a happy birthday, that sent me the Cash App. I greatly appreciate it. I wasn't expecting to receive this much love. I just wanted to be with the people I love on my birthday. So y'all helped me to bring my birthday in right. And I can't imagine the rest of the day not being good after starting it off like this. So thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Love y'all to death. And stay cool, stay chill, especially during Sagittarius season. No need to get petty. No need to be getting all uptight like Trina. So much love, many blessings, and I'm out. Bye, y'all.